And I, while I was teaching,
Thank you.
and then for this last since May.
Awesome. Okay, well, welcome back, guys. How are we doing?
You're good.
Yeah? How did our phone calls and messages go yesterday?
Pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay, so I have something that happened to me yesterday that was pretty cool. So before we left on our vacation to Arizona, our freezer, we have a chest freezer and the insulation in the top fell out of the lid. And so we're like, crud, we're going on vacation tomorrow. There's no way. So we made it seal by putting heavy things on top of it. It's just a chest freezer. I've had it since we got married. My mom bought it for us 32 years ago at our wedding. And then our dryer was messed up too. So we ordered from Lowe's before we left. And so they were supposed to deliver Monday, but yesterday they show up. And my husband, it's a dad and his son, older son, 17, I found out, had on a shirt that said Marines on it. And so my husband's like, hey, our son was a Marine and her grandma was a Marine. And then all of the brothers in my family were Marines. And we started talking to them. And so then and they were so nice. My husband's wrist is broken. They brought the dryer in and hooked it up, which they weren't supposed to do. And Lowe's is using outsourcing now for their deliveries. So they're not. And so this guy was so polite. His kid was so, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. And he's like, yeah, if you guys leave us a good review, we get jobs the next day based on the reviews we got the day before. And I'm like, I'll do it. And then I thought, I'm gonna give him my card. And I just pulled it out of my pocket. I said, hey, if you know anyone looking for a house, you can help me back. And he looked at me and he's like, I can't believe this. We're pre-approved, but we don't have a realtor. We need a house. And he's like, we're looking for a $650,000 to $700,000 place with 50 acres. And I'm like, what? And I'm like,
no agent. That's
you
the
have a
thing.
realtor now?
What's his number? I just want to follow up.
Right.
No, he loves me. He's like, you've got a military family. I'm gonna go with you. And I'm like, well, that's pretty nice.
That's awesome.
I was in the Air Force until like I got sick and I didn't make it through basic training.
Yeah. Well, that's a great story. So the power of having conversations, right? It's just having a conversation like, hey.
Well,
you
and
think we
being
can review?
bold.
And being bold too. Yeah, being bold and asking for that business referral back, right? Like, hey, he asked for the review and made it really easy for you to be like, well,
Giving it to him anyway.
well, yeah, exactly. But you were in that mindset of, oh, okay, let's build a relationship here and build some trust with each other. So
Right, and we've been texting today, so it's been kind of a nice thing.
who else would like to share feedback from yesterday? Any messages you got from people? Conversations that you really liked having?
Okay.
Cause I cap out at about 10.
I will do more conversations and stuff. I'm still in the building it back up
Yeah.
stage. so-
Yeah. No, I get it. It's good to hear what other people are doing too and what feedback they're getting, because then you can kind of see that we're all in similar boats here with the conversations that we're having, right?
Well, I was surprised to hear that you were still, because I know you've been successful, that you're still doing
Open houses.
open houses, because I didn't know that they were that fruitful, but
Yeah.
I do always see the top agents doing them, but I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it makes me wonder if you have to have a certain personality or if it's just practice makes perfect kind of thing.
It's
So-
really just, I think it's a practice makes perfect type of thing. If you follow the steps and if you do the things that make you stand out when you do an open house, then if you do it at a high level, you're gonna get a return on a high level as well. So it's definitely just how you show up. And it is, it is very fruitful. It's free. There's hopefully always gonna be a house for sale, right? Available for an open house. So yeah, it's a great return on your investment.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh my God, that sounds like. a
Well,
win. So there's that.
yeah, I wanted to make it quicker, but now it's not working.
Today's
Let me
agenda.
know if you want more information. I haven't decided yet for sure to go.
All right, so today we're gonna be talking about how to capture leads with social media. how many of you, get leads from social media or have gotten leads from social media? Or would like to get leads from social media? There you go. There you go. So by the end of this session, we're gonna be, employing the 10-5-1 engagement system. We're also gonna explain the importance of limiting your social media posts to 20% business content and how to identify social media engagement strategies that add value to the people in your network. Now, to start thinking about what you will learn today, let's take a few minutes to partner up. I think you guys are perfect. You guys already partner up. And I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to write down some questions that you have in regards to things you wanna learn about social media.
That's interesting. I guess so there's this kind of- Well, there are
And
other platforms, so.
He just asked so broadly, but I mean, I don't know the other platforms. You know how there's all kinds of broker rules and stuff, like you have to list your broker and that sort of thing, if you do an advertisement. So I'm kind of intimidated with that.
Okay, so what's really cool is within
So I need to
Command,
be able to.
if you put an ad out on Command, through Command, and it uses your Facebook or Instagram or something, it will, already.
So that's nice, that's all. That's all-
Really, you just, you have to put your phone number, and you have to put each company office is independently owned and operated. And there's probably more. I just don't worry about it that much.
Yeah, I doubt too many people get, a whole lot of people get dinged on it, but.
So my daughter was just teaching me how to make the coolest ad. And when people click on it, a box pops up and it asks for their information. And you can ask a question.
We used to do that, we got, and I mean, it's part of the course, I mean, it's just, it is what it is, but some people would take exception to that.
That's something that's good because.
There's not a lot you can do about it, but
Right.
like some people will complain,
How much exposure.
they just wanted to look at the picture and.
Right.
Oh, you know, that's fine. I mean,
There's a,
you know,
how much.
it's a way for them to connect without
So that's-
really.
Yeah, he left
You know,
us
it's-
a
it's-
nasty review.
Business.
Where, like,
Using it for social.
Over an ad, but it's just, you know, it is, like I said,
They
you never know.
gave you a bad review. Where do you work out of?
That, well, I had a buddy at the time, I had a teammate, you know, and he was out of Nashville.
Do you work here in Springfield?
Yes, I mean, but it's like I was telling Jeff earlier, I only do sphere of influence, you know what I mean? I just my friends and family basically is all I've done
really?
in the last 2 years, yeah.
You know what is weird? I have this massive sphere of influence and none of them knows me.
Oh, wow, really?
It hurts my feelings a little bit. It really does, because I'm like,
You know.
it's partly because I go to church with people who are the biggest real estate agents in Bolivar. They are the bomb diggity. I use them whenever I was doing my house and whenever I was selling and buying. But like everyone uses them and they're young and they're hip and they're,
I say I got
you
two
know.
in my church and one was my family member. So, I mean, you know what I mean, right there, you're like,
I
somebody
mean,
I'm
my
related to.
best
by blood.
friend's parents are selling their house and they went to that brokerage first and then when it didn't sell, I know. Well, they're older and they just, you know, whatever. That, it killed me. I was like, you gotta be kidding. You didn't even give me a chance. You didn't interview me or anything. And, so anyway, then now it's just somebody in Springfield that I don't even know. 'cause they-
All right,
So,
let's hear a few questions over here. Who'd like to go first?
well, I said I would like to learn like the analytics of it, what makes it show up to certain people and not others. And, you know, I feel like it shows me, oh, you got this many clicks or that many clicks, but you didn't, you know, I don't know, it's just odd.
Yeah, there's a lot of different insights and things to look at, okay? So insights and engagement and how the algorithm works. All right, who else would like to?
And how do we set up, because there's all different boundaries you can choose from my understanding and limited knowledge of
Mhm.
Facebook and limited use of Facebook,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
want to be better.
Yeah,
So I want to have you share what's the right way to set up
Mhm,
a personal page
mhm.
that you're gonna use
Mhm.
20% or less
Yeah.
as business.
As business, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
So how to set it up appropriately to get
Yeah.
your best return, right? Your best approach to the audience.
To be treating everyone within the community of your friends the right way,
Mhm.
not,
Yeah.
not coming across as overbearing.
Yeah,
But at the same time, what you have found as a Realtor to be the most successful
okay,
way to interface.
interact, yeah,
Mhm.
okay, perfect.
Yep,
Over here.
So I used social media a lot with my previous business and
Uh-huh.
taking classes. I kind of have a fairly decent grasp on it, but I would love to learn the KW method on that.
Okay,
Does paid advertising actually work in,
okay.
on social
Hasn't for
media?
me
good
yet.
question.
Does it actually, I mean, what's the real
Return on
statistic?
investment.
Return on investment? on
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. Okay, some good questions. Yeah, I like it.
I was gonna ask how much it costs, so it's pretty much. the
How much
same.
it costs, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So as we go through the content today, listen to hear if any of your questions have been answered. And if you do, and you wanna dig deeper, we can always take a moment to go through it and, discuss it a little bit more. Now, what social media platform do you use the most?
Facebook,
Facebook?
He's X.
because we're old.
That's
You
right.
use IG and TikTok.
Yeah, I use Facebook too. I use all three, but yeah, Facebook. So most of you are Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Is TikTok work? Yeah, yes. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. So, and if you stay consistent, which we'll go over, what the best approach is for social media.
Okay.
And I can give you guys what I've personally done that has worked for me as well. Now, how many followers do you guys have on each social media platform?
About 1,000.
Okay,
I'm over 1,200 on Facebook,
Yeah.
but I would say I probably have 100 or so on Instagram.
yeah. Mhm.
I'm working on that.
Yeah,
And that's another question, because I don't connect with all 1,000
Mhm.
people, nor do
Yeah.
I see them in my feed.
Mhm.
So I don't know how that works.
Algorithms are fun,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's why what my mom's getting on Facebook is not what I'm getting on Facebook, right?
Right,
Different
right.
algorithms, different
Right.
audience, but yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you're gonna go through all that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome.
Who would like to read the quote on the board for me?
I'll do it. It takes time to learn something, more time to implement it, and even longer to approach mastery of it.
Yeah.
So what questions do you guys have about learning, implementing, and mastery?
Wasn't there some 20,000 hours or something? Then you're the master.
10,000,
10,000,
Malcolm Gladwell, 10,000 hours of dedicated practice
okay,
to become a world class at
A
something.
day?
Wow.
10,000 hours.
total,
Total.
kind of hard to do.
I was like, a day?
No, 10,000 hours
In aggregate,
to be kind of an expert at something.
There's not enough hours in a day for that.
No, it takes years,
Yeah.
which is
So what
true in
question-
real estate.
Oh,
because
yeah.
You're always seeing something different. And
We're always
when you
learning.
think you've seen everything, something else shows up, usually at least a couple times a year.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah. So what questions do we have about learning, implementing, and mastery?
no questions.
Any questions?
I think that kind of answers the question.
Hey. So today, again, we're gonna be going over the 10-5-1 engagement system, best posting practice, and social media strategies to reach engagement. Something out of my eyes. Now, one of the things to remember is to stay compliant to how we're supposed to be posting on social media. So if you don't know what rules there are, make sure that you ask our market center. We should always have the DBA, so Keller Williams of Springfield. And each office is independently owned and operated. If your phone number is on there, then the office phone number also has to be on there as well.
When you say on there, on what?
On your social media post, on your for sale sign, on your Facebook page, on your Instagram.
What has to be?
The DBA and each office is independently owned. It should be 2 clicks. You should be able to find that you are associated with KW within 2 clicks. So if you go, like on my Facebook page, I have on my Facebook cover, Keller Williams of Springfield, the office name. Each office is independently owned and operated. So that way it's in the first thing that people see on the page, and then I have KW all over there. But you need to make sure that those are at least on your business card, for sale sign, Facebook post, social media post. And that's something that you can ask leadership to give you a breakdown on as well.
Never added you.
Hi, Liliana. Hey, how are you? I like your shirt.
you?
All right, so we're gonna review the 10-5-1 engagement system on social media. As part of your daily success system, you've been liking, commenting, and direct messaging people on your social media profiles. So you've already been executing this engagement system as part of your daily checklist. So who can remind me what the 10-5-1 engagement system stands for?
10 likes, 5 comments, 1 direct message.
There you go.
What, like? Say it again?
10 likes, 5 comments, and 1 direct message. So as you've been doing this, how has it been going for you guys?
I haven't received anything,
Like any bad feedback, you mean?
any feedback.
Any feedback?
Like, I mean, not feedback, but just no
Response?
responses.
Okay.
You have a Facebook, I mean, you're not using your own homepage, I mean, your own.
Personal, no.
Yeah.
I use both.
So I have my Facebook profile, like just my profile where people add me as a friend, and then I have a Facebook page.
I thought it was on one.
And you need a Facebook profile in order to create a Facebook page.
I find that more response in the personal,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
I,
because there, you have more people probably on there than you're gonna have on
Right.
your.
if
and more
somebody's
people-
really interested in a house, they like a house, they're shopping for one, they're gonna say, usually, how much is that
Yeah,
house?
yeah.
And that's whenever you engage in conversation.
Mhm.
Whoa.
I
what's your
just got
budget?
one.
You know,
Danielle helped me do it before she left, and I have somebody's contact information, 68% of their contact
Yeah.
information.
So
So-
there's a new thing though on Facebook, relatively new. It's called a professional profile. Have you heard of this? So you can take your personal profile and turn it into professional
Mhm.
mode. And they say, I did the research, you know, and Facebook says this is good for people who are their business. And that's what I think we qualify as.
Yeah,
If you're trying to promote a brick and mortar business, like, you know, a dry cleaner or something, then you might prefer a Facebook page. But for us who are trying to market to our sphere,
yeah.
turning our personal profile into a professional profile might be a better way to go. So that's the way I've decided to do it.
Yeah.
Because if I start a Facebook page now, if I already had one, that's one thing. But if I start it now, I gotta ask all my friends to like that page and I gotta build this following up from scratch.
Mhm.
Whereas if I do a professional profile, it's my whole existing stuff. Now, everything that you've already posted is only your friends can see it. But then everything, as soon as you turn professional mode on,
Mhm.
everything you post from there on out, you can choose whether it's a public post
Yeah.
or if it just
And I
goes
think-
to your friends.
And I think that again, that goes to how you wanna do things.
Yeah.
Personally, I probably wouldn't do that just cause I like having some separation between the two, you know? And I like there's certain things that about my life that I'll post on my personal that maybe I don't wanna post on my professional page, and I still wanna share that with my sphere, with my direct sphere, than sharing it with like the public. So it really comes down to preference as well, but you can definitely do that, and I have seen some people that do it because they have gained like a really large following and people keep adding them on Facebook, so then they turn it into a professional
Yeah.
platform, you
Yeah.
know? So have you guys noticed any changes on your engagement or activity on your social media since you started doing the 10-5-1?
I was
Personally,
yeah, I was basically off social media, so I've definitely experienced an
Seen some.
increase in interaction.
Yeah, for sure. People are like, oh, you're back.
Mhm.
You're back. So we're gonna reference to your participant guide and the connect on social media. And for this activity, you'll list the social media sites that you're on, and you are going to connect with the other participants on those platforms. So you guys are going to connect with each other on those platforms as well. So just write down what platforms you're a part of, and then exchange that information with your partner.
I left my glasses in the car so I can see.
Oh, no.
Twitter and.
I relate to that. I can't see without them either.
And maybe it's
Twitter
worth-
is because, you know,
Yes.
Doofus bought it.
Pretty much. don't
I,
say
we
friend,
used,
but
when,
no.
when I was teaching, that was like the platform that we used, but so I'm on Facebook and Instagram. And
It's older than that. It's as old as Facebook. Why
when you
can't
get
I
done,
think
your
of the platform?
I just put your name and everything.
You can decide
Like,
following versus.
what is your name?
Yeah, are you on LinkedIn?
Just.
I am, yeah, I don't really.
Successful on LinkedIn?
I mean, I have
There's
people
an
that
actor
follow
that
me on
name's
there and
Jeffrey.
look for me all the time, but I haven't updated up to
My
like
number.
It is
this point of
417.
my life, but I don't actively post on there. Yeah, I know people that do.
7483.
Yeah.
That's the one that I've never.
Missionary was
never
started
done.
on
There's a personal page.
Yes, or
It's on
the
there.
real estate page is what I found here, yes.
Oh, you did share yours
Yeah.
in Realtor?
Is that-
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no, that's my personal page.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay.
That's
yeah.
okay.
I've got
But
invitations.
that's okay. Send me a request. My Facebook page is Sherry Beersman
So you
Realtor.
don't have to try to
Or my,
figure out
it's
what I should
fine. I don't
post,
care
what I
if you're on
shouldn't.
that. It doesn't really
You post
matter. I
everything.
send ads from
It's
all of
business.
mine.
Yeah. So.
And if you wanna exchange with each other later as well with anyone
What
else
is
in the
your-
group, you can.
Are you just,
Yeah, I just,
Justin.
I only have my only,
Well.
So I'm following you
and it's
now.
usually just friends, political stuff, memes, that sort of thing.
All right, so like I said, if you guys wanna exchange afterwards with everyone else, you can. This was just to get you in the habit of it as well. So whenever you meet someone, one of the first things I do whenever I get a client is I look them up on social media because I wanna be able to know what's going on in their lives. I wanna be able to know if they went on a wedding, if they went on a trip, if, oh yeah, I am a creeper. I am a creeper. So every day you should be liking or loving or reacting to at least 10 posts by other people. This is a quick and easy and something you're probably already doing, and now it's time to approach it with a business mindset. Social media is a great tool to use for free when it comes to market and prospecting. And it is important to be active on your guys' social media of choice because it will help you generate new business. Now, how does interacting with others on social media help you build your business?
You say front of mind, is that what you,
Top of mind?
top of mind, not front of mind, top of
Free
mind.
advertising.
Free advertising?
Well, you're getting touches soon.
You're getting touches in? You humanize yourself
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit more?
You build trust.
You build trust, yeah. What else?
Or you interact with other people and they interact with you, you know, the algorithm bumps you up, so you're more visible.
Yes.
Did I say free advertising?
Hmm?
Did I say free advertising?
Free advertisement, yeah. Free advertisement, yeah.
so if you look like on your Facebook page and you go to your actual profile, there's a place that says tools. And if you click it, it shows you like your post reaches. So
Mhm.
my daughter is like hip, cool, and the shiz, right? But I have more than double her reach because I know a lot of people. So my last post reach about my vacation going to Tombstone, Arizona got 100,000 post reach. So that's why using my own page is also helpful, even though I have a Sherry Beersman Realtor page too.
Yeah, I share everything on my personal, so anything that's posted on my real estate
Right.
page, I just go on my personal and share it on my personal.
Right.
That way, everyone in my algorithm is
Of
still
course,
getting
you
it.
can't do that if you use Facebook through command. It'll only use your business page.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but if you go as a visitor to your Facebook page, you can still share that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So beyond your likes, you also need to comment on 5 posts a day. And you are writing the grapes of wrath here. Just a few words of encouragement, congratulations, or admiration are great. Spread positivity and optimism. If you see someone that, you know, I just went to, you know, my kids just got engaged. So easy to just say, oh my gosh, congratulations. You can take it a step further and send them a card, you know, it helps you also know what's going on in their lives and staying connected. It can be very easy to overthink on social media, so it's important to bring a unique voice and brand to the comments the participants make. The branding and the voice will help make the writing in the comments a smooth process. What's a comment you received on a social media post recently that made you feel seen or heard?
I was advertising a listing for an agent here and I had like 2 negative postings. The house was too expensive,
Yeah.
but don't buy it, you know?
One of the
So,
good
yeah,
things-
that was the only time, and that was like a year ago.
Yeah, one of the things that you can always do with people that comment things like that, it's ask them, what do you think makes this house expensive? What do you think it should be worth? It's interesting to know what people think, you know, about a property. And sometimes that sparks conversation too, of like, it helps you understand what people are thinking.
Do you
about
do
the
that on
market.
private messaging or do you do that publicly?
This was a public,
Yeah, I
so
do,
do you answer public?
Yeah,
I
if
just
you-
chose not to answer.
A
If-
lot
I
of
don't
times
know.
I'll break off and answer
yeah, it
privately.
depends
Have
on
a
the approach, like
back and
on
forth.
TikTok, I normally just do it publicly.
Mhm.
Normally on social media, if someone is publicly willing to do that, I'm not saying like, you know, cursing them out or anything.
Oh.
I just say like, oh, I'm really interested to know, why do you think
Just a
that?
question, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tell me more about
And if it
that.
becomes more than that and it's
Yeah.
bantering, then go private.
And then it go private, yeah, correct. But it still sparks that conversation and it gets them to think more about what they're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
Tell me why you think it's too overpriced,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So every day you should also create one original post. Share someone else's post or direct message someone. When you
Oh.
share someone else's post, things like community activities, fundraisers, quotes, or other useful or inspirational posts, think about the uniqueness you intend to bring to someone's information feed.
I did not know there were other options besides a direct message for that. Like, I thought it was 10 likes, 5 comments, 1 direct message.
Oh,
I didn't realize the 1
yeah,
could be other things.
yes. Writing private or direct messages is another good way to show that you care. Do you guys have a friend who is an artist who created something beautiful? Did you tell them it's their birthday? Did you send a direct message and help social media feel like a tool for connection? So are you using it for connecting or are you just going on there posting and exiting, you know?
Right.
Are you returning? I have a friend that I just made and she's been sharing my stuff. She's a content creator in town and I'm like, I'll share her stuff too, you know? She's going out of her way to share. She hasn't used me as an agent. She's already bought a house, but she's sharing my content. She's a content creator, so now I'm returning the favor to her. So come on social media, you can also come from a place of value. And if you have a vendor that has a social media page, why not share that on your Facebook page? If it's someone that you trust and work with, or someone that you have worked with, or someone that you want your clients to work with, maybe even someone that you want to build a relationship with. when you create your original post, make sure to follow the 80-20 rule. We're gonna talk more about that in just a moment. What are some ahas we've gotten so far?
I didn't know the 10-5-1 thing. I like that. I do comment probably on at least 5 posts a day. I'm involved in women's ministry of my church, and so like, there's a lot of stuff that people will post, and I have a way to just be able to like encourage them and lift them up, and so that is one way, but if anybody has a new grandbaby, any of that, I'm saying something about it, because that's a big deal to
Oh, yeah.
people.
That's a big deal.
Oh, yeah. So if a client of yours, if you see that a client of yours announces that they're having a baby, what do you do?
Like, this is the coolest news. I am so excited for you guys. I mean, it really is that long.
You could send a handwritten
You can-
card too.
yeah.
Yes, you can.
It's not
And I-
congratulations, it's, anything just to say, I saw you post and I really
Mhm.
feel happy for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And cards go such a long way. I received a Christmas card from one of my past clients recently, and they never, like, I always send them birthday cards. They just announced they had a baby, so I sent them a congratulations card, the pumpkin rolls. They're on my social media. I see everything they post. I interact with them, and they sent me a Christmas card, and they were talking about how the things that we do as a team don't go unseen. So just because you don't hear from your client saying thank you every time, or you don't hear some engagement or whatever, it doesn't mean that they're not actually appreciating what you're doing and that they're not actually noticing it. So stay top of mind.
How
Any
many
other-
Christmas cards you get anymore? None. I mean, I used to get tons. Now, 3 or 4. So I do handwrite my Christmas card to my client.
Mhm.
Most of all of them send me a text. Thank you for the Christmas card.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
a little goes a long way.
Uh-huh.
Question. All right, so somebody says they've got a new grandbaby,
Mhm.
and you comment on the card. So this is probably a stupid question.
There's just.
Like, you're just sending them a card like as a friend.
Mhm.
So it's congratulations on the new baby card.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really have anything to do with real estate.
No.
Okay.
Nope, so we have our birthday cards from the collective, we do have a branded happy birthday card. It's a picture of the team, it says happy birthday, and then we write a handwritten message on it. And on the back, in very fine print, enough that they can read it, we have a message on there that we appreciate the referrals. It's on the back, it's not in the front when they read the card. And then we have another one that says thinking of you, which we got it for if anyone passes or if they're sick or whatever. That the only thing that it has is our logo on the back, but the front, it just has a flower and it says thinking of you. Now for like baby showers or stuff like that, we just get something from Target and put our card in there or, sign our name. At that point, they probably already know our name, but just in case we put something in there to identify us.
Home anniversary is always a good time to send a card.
Mhm.
And that's a
Yeah.
tag in your command,
Mhm.
lets you know.
And it's also a great time to send them a card that also sends them an update of where their property value is at, or if it's changed at all. Doing an updated CMA of like things that have sold around the area too. Yeah. Anything else? Any other questions? So now we're gonna be going to posting practice. The 80-20 principle in regards to social media posts. 80% of your posts should be about something other than real estate. Only 1 out of every 5 posts that you guys should make should be about your real estate business. Why do you think this is important?
People get tired of it, especially people who aren't looking for a house right now.
Yeah.
I think people are gonna interact more with more of your posts,
Mhm.
which means that the algorithm will keep
Yeah,
your real estate posts in front of them as well.
yeah. And you know, real estate is not your only personality trait, right? Well, I would hope so. I would imagine so, you know? We do have lives outside of real estate. We have families, we have hobbies, we have things that we enjoy doing. So being able to share that with people and letting them know, you might win a client just by them knowing that you like to do something that they like to do. Or by you sharing an experience that you've had,
So
David.
if you just put real estate things and just put things, the algorithm's gonna pick up that you are just going out there and getting free advertising and not using it as a social media platform. So then, cause they want you to pay for advertising.
Yeah.
But if every day you put up 10 houses for sale,
Oh,
they're gonna, no one's ever gonna see it.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's part of it.
And you also have to think about how many agents people know, you know? That's why I tell everyone, like, we do post the market update on our social media just as a post. But we don't do it with the intention of like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get so many leads off of a graphic that says what the market is doing. For the most part, they don't understand any of those numbers. They don't understand what it means. They don't really understand if contracts are down or up unless they're really into like market data and they're following the market. So, and I always, whenever I open my Facebook, I know that I have mutual friends with like other people that aren't agents, and I see multiple of us posting the market update. I'm like, I could not imagine being a regular person and opening Facebook and all I see is market update, market update, market update. I'm like, oh Jesus, yeah. So try to add something unique to it, right? You can still post those things, but you can make a conversation out of it. You can make an educational post out of it where you are bringing value to your clients and bringing a fresh perspective on what you're posting.
And mixing it up.
And
Video-
mixing it up.
A video, a poll, a graphic, a meme, you know,
Yeah,
the more you can mix it up too, the more
Yeah.
it helps.
what else do you think it's important that we do the 80-20 principle?
Human, we're not just a machine post, you know? And a lot of the things I do are just like really showing why it's cool to live where I live. Like, living here is pretty cool. But if you don't travel, it's like having a book and only reading the first page, you know? So like I travel a lot, so I go back and forth between those things.
Yeah.
I always love to come home.
Yeah.
You think
So-
it's- Oh, sorry, I was gonna say,
No, go ahead.
so people don't unfollow you, like if, I've got friends that are in, insurance, and if they're constantly, it gets on my nerves, eventually I just
Yeah.
click unfollow.
And also think about that, right? About how there's people that I've unfollowed because I'm like, "Oh, I just cannot see one more post about whatever shake you're selling. Like, I just don't, I wanna know more, like, about you, not the shake, like, So yeah, it definitely makes a difference whenever you're not just bombarding them with, cause then it's sales, right? Then it's just like, buy, sell, and that's all that you care about and nothing else. So instead of inundating your social media platforms with listings and business content, adopt this principle. Make 80% of your post about your interest. You could post about what you're reading, where you're traveling, your favorite food or activities. For example, you may be an avid trail runner, gardener, or stargazer. It's important to create a unique perspective and experience your posts. Let's go to the participant guide, and I'm gonna have you guys make a list of up to 5 things that you're passionate about.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So if you're not seeing, people in your feed that you want to interact with, right? I've heard, and again, I don't know much about social media, but I've heard that you can go and make a post or a comment on one of their posts on their page, and then they'll start showing up in your feed. Is Is that true?
Yeah, so the more you interact with certain people, the more they show up on your feed.
Is that
Same-
kind of an immediate thing that happens?
No, it kind of builds out. It kind of builds out. So like,
So like you've got some clients that are in your database
Mhm.
as you're cultivating the relationship.
yeah,
But you really want to connect with them
Mhm.
as you cultivate
yeah,
the relationship
yeah,
toward making them a client,
mhm,
right?
yeah.
And so, but you don't see them on your feed.
Mhm.
So the way to start
Is
interacting with
interacting
them
with them.
is to go to their
Yeah.
page.
Go to their page,
you're
like,
friends.
comment, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. It helps you and it'll also remind them that you're there as well.
but you don't do it on a post that's over 5 days old, right? Is that
Yeah.
kind of the rule of thumb?
No, I mean, I've done it, but I mostly just been like, oh, it popped up on my feed because now also the algorithm is on some platforms, it's showing older posts.
Oh, okay. I thought Ann said something about that. David, did you comment on that? Something like a 5-day, if you go to their page.
Well, if you go to their page, it's definitely, there's more, there's gonna be more interaction between the two of you.
Yeah,
But is there like a 5-day rule?
I don't remember a
anything about that.
5-day rule.
Gosh, okay.
I mean,
I'll have to
maybe,
talk to Ann.
yeah, I mean, maybe that is.
I didn't think there is a sense though,
I
when
mean,
people kind of
maybe-
move on.
Yeah.
maybe-
And I don't know, there might be people that do it that way, but like I've had,
Some kind of a creeping rule
I've had
or
it-
something.
maybe.
Unless somebody's creeping on you, they'll see your post, but,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that for Instagram, for example, it shows older, like, it's not in chronological order.
Oh,
So there's posts that appear on my feed that aren't necessarily from that day. So I often end up liking people's posts. I'm like, oh, that was from like 2 weeks ago. Whatever, I'm still seeing it, you're still engaging
I know
and
what you're talking about. Yeah, someone did mention that. Don't comment on something more than 5 days old because people think you're creeping. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think
what
that's-
was.
I don't know. I would put.
you don't think that comment
I
was
would put
valid?
little,
Okay,
very
okay.
little stock in that.
Very cool.
yeah, and it's,
2 weeks ago.
and it's preference too, you know, like personally, I don't care if people think I'm a creeper. I'm like, I wanna know what's going, if you have me as your friend on social media, it's because you want me to have a window into your life. You know, so I'm gonna be interested in what you're posting and what you're doing and, you know, seeing your family or if I think of someone, like sometimes I'll think of someone and I'll be like, I have not seen this person post in a while. And then I'll go on their page and I'll see like, oh, okay, they've been up to this and I'll like it and I'll comment. And then I'll message them and I'll even take the opportunity, like if you are, you know, stalking someone on social media, you can say, hey, you know, sorry if you get, you know, a notification from a post from 3 weeks ago, you just popped into my head and I wanted to
I've
see
been
what you
thinking
were up
about
to.
you.
Yeah, I've been thinking about you. What have you been up to? So use that as an opportunity to, you know, like a few old posts and then say, hey, I was thinking about you. What have you been up to? You must have gotten the notifications from the likes I got from 2 weeks ago, whatever you want to do. So you can change that
Okay,
and use it as your advantage as well to still connect and take that communication a step further too.
okay. Helpful.
So, we're gonna write 5 things that you guys are passionate about. And you're gonna use those interests as doorways into your real estate brand.
Personally passionate about, or is that what you're saying? Fits this?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, things that you're passionate about, activities that you're passionate about.
So question,
And think back on the 3rd day of the course when you brainstormed your social media brand and niche. Yes.
one of the things I'm passionate about is church, right? It's scripture.
Mhm.
But I don't know if that's appropriate
Why not?
for,
Do you do it now, before you became a real estate agent?
I don't know if that's appropriate for like marketing, because I don't wanna turn people away.
It's fear. Some
I
people,
would put
you-
it, you should put it, it's who you are.
It's who you are. You probably wanna work with people that share, you know, your similar.
I have the little fish with the cross on my business cards. You know what, that's who I am. People, and I mean, people haven't shied away from working with me.
And they already have trust for you, you know?
Okay.
It's not that you're going out there to like just talk real estate and that's all you're going to talk about.
Okay.
If there are people that you're spending your time with, reading scripture or going to church or going to whatever activities you guys have, then you can use that just to say like, hey, I really wanted to share. I'm a real estate agent and, you know, if you want prayer for that, you could be asking for prayer like, hey, I would really like to bless my business and hope that it grows, whatever approach you want to have, but that's your sphere and you shouldn't
The
shy
other
away
thing
from
is
it.
you could meet somebody who is a non-believer and you could have a profound impact on their life. And that's worth more than a house that you could sell.
Okay, that's fine. Appreciate that.
So 5 things you guys are passionate or are interested in. Who would like to share one of their passions? Okay, Justin?
I got, running, that's one of the good
Running,
ones, you
okay.
mentioned trail running, so.
Yes, I like that. Okay, who else?
Sure.
I like it. I'm running my first 5K next month.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
I used to play pickleball before my tumor.
Yeah?
And I always posted something stupid about pickleball. And you don't know how many people was like, well, how's pickleball going?
Yeah.
Play pickleball, but I don't even have a clue how to do
That's
it.
it, same here, I hear people talk about it a lot.
I know, it got really popular last year for some reason.
I'm passionate about art and my scrapbooks, paper crafts and painting.
Okay,
Things,
perfect.
I do that. That's my like
Running,
thing.
arts and crafts.
I like funny posts, I mean, if I
Funny
see something
posts?
funny, I'm probably gonna.
Yes,
Yeah,
funny.
okay. So comedy, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. Destiny?
I have
Yeah.
like pets and animals in
Pets and
general,
animals, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, pets and animals, see, everyone, I love it. Everyone's giving me different things, I like it too.
I'm gonna
Um,
tell you, you post something about a picture of a pet, because I'm really a new grand cat. And I put a picture, he's still a baby.
Oh.
I have like 100 comments on it. And it's been like 2 weeks and I still get comments from it.
Yeah,
So yeah, animals
and
is,
babies.
yeah.
you'll get lots of
Right.
comments.
Oh, yeah,
eBay and reselling, I
okay.
do that on the side, so.
Oh, okay, interesting, I like that.
Yeah.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs, I like that, I mean, hello, we're ranking them. Jeff?
Let's see, you want all 5 of them or just one?
Sure, give them to me.
Okay, sports,
Sports,
grandkids,
okay, grandkids, yeah.
family activities,
Family activities, yeah.
spiritual content,
Spiritual content,
and then
yeah.
just outdoors and living life and vacationing and all of
I
that.
love
kind of
that.
thing. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of family stuff. I like it in there.
Yeah.
Traveling too.
Yeah.
Richard?
I don't know. I'm on Facebook, so I.
Okay. But what do you like to do?
Oh, well, grandkids,
Grandkids, okay?
study of the kingdom of God.
Okay,
Um, I could Do something under the category of joyisms.
yeah,
Or
Yeah,
be-
that's
How
a-
about Bealisms?
that,
What was it, the realism or?
Joyisms?
Oh.
Joyism.
Yeah, here's a joyism for you. Joy is your jet fuel to the next level.
Awesome.
Oh,
I like that.
I like that. I like
That's
that.
how-
That's your first Facebook.
Yeah, there you
post
go.
right
I'm
there.
like, I'm on.
Right day, I mean, if you do that post like every day, a post like that, like at 7 o'clock in the morning, people will follow you because you are so positive, yeah.
Yeah.
People will follow you.
Yeah. I always, whenever I wake up, on my personal page at least, I post like a quote or whatever and people love that stuff,
Mhm.
so, you know.
Gets them going.
Yeah. Amazon has a box of cards for all events or occasions, Mary says. My top 5 are Jesus, my kids, food, humor, and healing. I love that. I love it. So you all have different passions, right? So 20% of your posts can be self-promotion or posts about business, where I'm speaking, awards I've won, events I'm hosting, listings. It does bring credibility to what you do, right? If they see you, that, especially when you're not just about, this is my volume, this is the houses I sold, right? You know, if they see that you're involved in the community and that you host events and that you do charity work and that you do giveaways or that you do clothing drives, whatever that stuff is, they see that it's more than just numbers and houses and how many I sold.
Mhm.
Posting inspirational quotes can help engage followers and friends. Quotes also kind of have a foot in both camps of the personal and business posts. If someone regularly interacts with quotes, that it might be a good idea to ask what the quote means to them. Everyone desires to be heard. So if you post a quote, you can always engage the conversation of what does this mean to you? How do you relate to this? How did this make you feel? What are some other business posts you could create that might help increase engagement on social media?
Sometimes when I'm posting something about real estate, I'll use like, or it wouldn't even be about real estate, but it's just fun, a little like, which one of these do you think is the right answer?
Yeah.
People love to do
Yeah.
that.
Guess
I
the
like to do
price.
it.
Yeah, guess the price.
So
I
it's
did a
like,
post
the
yesterday. guess
last
the
one I
price.
did, it was like, why did elevator manufacturers start putting music in the elevators? And there was 4 choices. And I said I was gonna post the answer the next day and I forgot. And somebody texted me and said, hey, we need to know the answer. So I was like, oops, sorry. So I would like,
I need closure. I'd be like.
and the
Right?
answer was like to calm people
Yeah,
who were not really thrilled about being in a small space that was
Yeah.
moving.
yeah. Or asking people, what's your favorite feature about your current house? Or if you were to buy another house, what's the one thing you'd want it to have? I did a guess the price yesterday for a listing. We previewed a luxury listing just to get people, talking. We got a bunch of people answering. And now today I was able to share the results and say, do you think it was fair? Do you think it's a fair price? Just continuing the conversation with the same post over and over again. So what other posts could you create that might help increase engagement? Give me one more example.
Well, I mean, as long as you're not doing it too often, you can post your listings.
Yeah.
And, you can also phrase that with a question. What do you think of this? Isn't this a beautiful home, in a beautiful area?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think people like to look at homes. And so
yeah.
I've never had a negative comment for posting a listing.
Oh, no. People love seeing the houses. Yeah.
As long as that's not all you do.
Yeah, correct. It has to come in connection with something else.
So a lot of agents list the current
Yeah,
professional shots and they say, you like it or not,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
just sick.
create a
Create a
conversation.
conversation, yeah.
Mhm.
So to go over the top, give 110% and be the real estate expert of choice. Consider making an extra 10% of your posts be public service crossover posts. Sometimes you have knowledge that others need. Be active in your community and inform your connections of important public service updates. It's a great way to be of service to many people at once. You can do property tax increases as updates. You can do school closures as updates, food bank as updates, or animal shelters as well. When the weather gets super cold and maybe of places that are offering sleeping or clothing or food, that is also a great resource of things that you can post and that you can share in other pages just as a conversation. And remember that in times of challenges and crisis, we can be helpful members and bright spots in the community. If you know of a crisis that's happened in our community, don't be scared to talk to our market center and ask for help. That's what we stand for. We want to help our community. So always know that if someone's going through a hard time, just come from a place of service and value, and it just shows up naturally for you. What are some other examples of helpful information you could provide on social media?
maybe your neighborhood selling a lot or.
Restaurants closing,
Oh, that's good.
or new ones opening,
Sale,
sales.
farmers markets.
I think you touched on it, but civic activity, if you are a part of any boards.
Yeah.
A part of any volunteer, opportunities.
Women's events or conferences, yeah. Yeah. Any new roads that are being built?
Yeah, people like to know that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't know because they don't go to the city council meeting or they don't go to the chamber meeting, and that's where those things are discussed. That what MoDOT's doing and
Yep.
what's gonna be funded this year and.
Schools closing down is also
Yeah,
another one, you know.
If you go to a restaurant you never been and you liked it, you post it. Hey, I just tried this. This is great. You should
Yeah.
try it, you know.
And when you do that for business owners too,
Mhm.
it keeps you, they remember you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They remember you when you share their business and when you send people there and when you come back,
Yeah.
they remember that.
You think you should post, we were talking about partnership with vendors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, whenever I go to a restaurant I like, for example, one of a good friend of mine opened a Venezuelan food truck. And when they opened, I went there and I made a reel, tried some food, shared it on social media, and still share it on social. It's a great food truck. But just doing stuff like that, it's easy, it's free, people see it. People wanna know what good food is around the area, you know, aside from the restaurants that we all know. So if you know of a place that you really like, that's free advertisement, and again, makes you the expert in the area. What other ahas do you guys have?
I guess similar to what that discussion was, like if you wanted to work like a particular neighborhood or area,
Yeah,
make a point to visit those businesses and make a connection and post like a 2 or 3 minute video about, hey, I just met the owner of such and such, you
Yeah.
know, and let them tell what their business is on your video and post that.
yep. They'll remember that. Yeah, they'll remember that.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Any other ahas? Questions, comments? Social media strategies. You now know the numbers of how often you should be posting and the 80-20 practice that should help guide you when you make those posts. Let's look at some more strategies to employ when increasing engagement on social media. If you're like most people and use social media every day, you can think of it as a 365 touch system. There are many different social media sites, including Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, LinkedIn, and more. Different strategies will apply to different platforms. What is your favorite social media platform?
I think we only do Facebook.
Facebook. Why is
Instagram.
that?
Does anybody else do anything else? Do you do LinkedIn?
Well, if you do Facebook, it's
Instagram.
connected to Instagram.
Oh, so
I use
it's automatically
Instagram.
posting?
No, it's not automatically, you have to.
No,
send
you
it.
have to.
You can schedule it.
Mhm.
Anybody who's a millennial or younger is using Instagram, but
Mhm.
I'm using it because I know I should be,
Uh-huh,
but it's irritating. I just can't keep up with one thing.
really?
And I actually have a TikTok for my husband that I keep up because he like is doing bad dad jokes and my daughters wanted to do it, so we're doing it and it's
What about
funny.
LinkedIn? Are you on LinkedIn?
You know, there's just so many
I was years ago.
scams on it,
Yeah,
it's
there's so much
ridiculous. Somebody always wants to like take up your time with some long-winded thing where they just want you to buy something and I'm like, no.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't for me, I'm not
Do you
saying
have a profile on there just
I
because?
do, but I don't ever use it.
Okay. me
I have mine
neither.
up and it's up to
Yeah.
date, but I don't really like post much on there.
Mine's.
I use Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, all 3 platforms.
Okay. I know a lot of I was telling him, a lot of the old school guys in business, whether it's insurance or whatever, they're on LinkedIn.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I feel like I need a profile on it.
Yeah.
And
And there's a-
something up to date, but not
Yeah,
too much
and there's a
activity.
way of doing LinkedIn at a high level. I've definitely heard of people
Oh,
that
really?
do it at a high level. I've just never done it. It's
Okay.
too much for me. Like I've tried going in there, but the interface or whatever, it's just not friendly for how I process information. So I just
Okay.
don't mess around with it. I have like my updated, that I'm at KW, the things that I've done, but I don't actively post. Like I have people from high school that I follow that they post like, oh, got this award, or oh, I'm here right now, or this and that, and they get interaction from there, but it's just never been something I've dived into.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you could find people that do it at a high level though. Yeah. So what ideas do you have for social media that work for you or you've seen work?
Lives,
Lives, yeah, lives.
especially, in an open house.
Mhm. Yeah, lives increase your engagement by a lot. On social media in general, they really like it when people go live.
So video is a great way to build
Oh, yeah,
know, like, trust.
yeah. We post a lot of videos
Those in
with
Canada,
Amy.
W.
We
Okay.
try to keep it versatile for the spheres that we have. For me, what I've seen that really works is when I'm just vulnerable or when I share something personal about myself. People like that, which then again goes back to
Yeah.
being mostly personal.
Yeah.
What other things have you seen work?
Do you have to get permission from the owner if you're gonna do it live in their house?
I don't think so because they're already signing in the contract that they're agreeing to marketing.
Okay, I would probably pass that, just make sure with them, just in case.
It's already in the contract,
Is it?
so they're already signing to
Yeah.
agreeing, they have to, they can't, if they're listing with you, they're most likely agreeing to you putting them on the MLS,
Mhm.
which means that you are open
Yeah.
to having it marketed.
I
And-
do it live when I do a open house, so I just do like a video walkthrough and I'm like, I'm not even gonna show you this part because you have to see it to really appreciate it.
Get them coming in, don't you?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Guess what's behind this door? We're number one.
Yeah.
What else
Saving
have
the
you guys
best.
found that works for you and has been successful on social media?
The more real, the better. If
Uh-huh.
you start a video and you don't like it, and start another one, you don't like it, you'll be there all day. So just grab that and mess up and say, whoop, I'm sorry, and but keep going and then post it.
Authenticity,
Yes.
authenticity matters.
Yeah.
Look the way I talk and I have an accent and people still looking at me. So it works. So just be real.
People will laugh more, I think, and when you laugh with somebody, you bond with them.
Yeah.
I think they'll laugh more if you're just kind of like, you do something dumb by accident and you're like, well,
Oh, yeah.
call me Grace, here I am, I just tripped going up the stairs. And I left it in the video, so I was like,
Yeah.
it's just me. It's this, I would do it, I'm gonna run into the wall probably. So,
You
people.
gotta get out of the frame.
Right, and the reason it's funny is because it's happened to all of us. Things aren't funny. Things are not funny if they really didn't happen.
Yeah.
But things that we all do that are,
Yeah.
little things every day, that is funny stuff. It's why comedians make money. Because they know that if they, make a joke about something, we're gonna laugh about it because it's happened to us before.
Yeah.
So.
Humor always works. It
Yeah.
breaks that wall with people.
Well, there are some people who have no sense of humor,
There is such a thing.
Yeah.
but I choose
Unfortunately.
not to hang around with them.
And I choose not to hang around. Are you crashing?
Yeah.
You wanna pull up here?
I thought I would jump in and
Yes.
ask about letters while
Okay.
you're doing that.
Okay.
I forgot.
Hi, oh, we forgot.
Well, no, I forgot to even pick up my letters yesterday. I
All
haven't picked up.
right,
picked
all
up any.
right. I will take these and give you some of these.
Thank you, ma'am.
You are so welcome, and I guess I'll give you
Awesome.
some.
I've never received it. Thank you.
Yes. Destiny, how are you on letters?
I don't even know what letters are. I missed the first 3 days.
Oh, okay. Yes. Somebody tell me, or tell Destiny what, I gave you yours.
Not yet.
No, I haven't. Do you need?
I'll take some more.
She's
Give
paying
some
for
more?
postage through the whole course, Destiny.
Yep, to write
You
handwritten cards.
Fill those out,
They're just so.
everything except the stamp, and give them back to
I did
her, and then
send those
she'll
to you
give you more.
Oh, thank you.
Throughout the course, she'll.
I'm gonna start bringing my bills too and sticking them in there.
No, your bills, your bills. All right, so why are we doing this? Why is this important?
To create a habit.
Create a habit. Is it just one other line of communication with somebody? Do you get happy mail in the mail? Very rarely, right? Happy mail. I forget who coined that. I think it was Corey Jett. When I get something like this, I'm gonna open it. And it's gonna mean something to me because we don't see it every day. The only time we ever get mail, if we're lucky, is Christmas time, a holiday card. And I will tell you that that's on the decline because this year I didn't have enough holiday cards to put in my little holiday card holder. It was very sad. I just put it away. So people are not sending handwritten cards. And it's just another easy passive touch to just get in front of people to say, hey, hi, how are you? This is what I'm doing. Throw business cards in or don't, right? Either way you go. Pro tip, what is that? The magnetic business cards. Somebody was buying those and sticking them in there and said, you know, when you put my business card on your fridge and you see it, pray for me because this business is crazy. And she got leads from it. So it works and it's simple and we're gonna pay for your postage, which by the way, postage just went up.
66, I bought a roll of stamps yesterday, $66.
Yes, yes.
I have
So.
a question about postage. After Ignite,
Mhm.
do you have a bulk rate with the Market Center that we can use?
I think the rate is the same as what it is publicly, but we will mail them for you and they just charge your agent billing.
Okay.
Um,
You'll put the stamp on.
yeah, you just give them to us and we'll
Even
handle that.
after Ignite,
Mhm, yeah, but during Ignite, we'll pay for your postage
right? And you'll give us free cards.
and I give you free cards.
Yeah.
Yes,
So how much are the cards after Ignite?
that's a great question. How much are the cards?
Don't ask me that.
I want to say like 25 cents a card or something. I'm maybe
Yeah.
something like that. Is it a buck a card?
I love how you said that.
I don't know. I'll find out though, and I will let you know so that you know all the rates for
You're
everything.
gonna pay somebody to write them.
Also, you can make these on Canva for yourself. You can, yeah, you have the logos. It's in the Market Center shared drive, so you can make your own cards on Canva or Photoshop or Shutterfly or whatever. And they're pretty inexpensive for print. Vistaprint is also really good. All
You know
right.
the toilet brush that I told you, and you told me I should brand it?
Yeah.
I order a sheet of paper in Amazon that is sticky and I made my logo, Liliana Owen. The only thing I have to do is print it and cut it and stick it in the brush.
There you go.
I love to give stuff that I like, so I found a toilet brush, pink toilet brush. So my old clients are getting a pink toilet brush for
Well, I love
Valentine's.
that. Don't give me a toilet brush. I'd have to clean my toilet then.
I'm gonna come and check your toilets every day.
All right, thank you so much.
Guys,
Appreciate
thank
y'all.
you. Okay. So you'll have to create posts that highlight your business. Think about hyper-local information. Keeping current and potential customers aware of the latest market trends in their neck of the woods is a surefire way for agents to position themselves as experts while providing valuable information to their audience. So one of the ways that we can do this is through command, right? If we have someone's neighborhood address, then we can put them on a neighborhood nurture. smart plans, which means that they're gonna be able to get updates on what things in their neighborhood are selling for, which then helps them know what the value of their home could potentially be or what other houses around the area are selling for. Just keeps you top of mind. Again, how many agents are having that automated conversation with them? They think you're taking the time maybe to send that to them, when in reality, it's just something that you have automated for them. With the release of the KWR app and all the customizable templates in Command to support it, it is very easy to build anticipation and excitement that will help highlight and amplify your business. Don't be afraid to post positive client testimonials. Don't be scared to ask your clients as you go through the transaction, hey, would you feel comfortable with writing a review? Hey, would you feel comfortable with doing a video review for me? Would you feel comfortable if I shared just your first names? Just things like that, you know? If they want to remain anonymous, that's totally fine. You can still share things that you learned throughout the transaction. Bring value. Don't just say, just close, ta-da, like, okay, cool, congratulations. But if you add another level to that and you say, hey, I just sold on this property and listen to this really cool stuff I learned in this transaction. Or, hey, I came across something that I've never come across before. One transaction that I had last year that was wild, that I learned a lot, needless to say. There was a filed divorce, but they were never divorced. And then there were multiple people on the deed. And then there was a power of attorney and the person was in Puerto Rico. So there was like a lot of moving pieces to it, right? So when we did our newsletter, we posted a photo of the property, but then I posted what I learned through that transaction. And now I've had people call me and they say, hey, I know that you had experience with a power of attorney. How do we handle this? So people knowing that you've had an experience through that, they might think of you just for that reason too. Oh, I know someone that has actually handled a transaction with a power of attorney or a relocation or, you know, a Hispanic client, whatever it might be. So make sure that you're showing your value in that way as well. Word of mouth recommendations in real estate industry carry the same weight as they do in any industry. Highlighting a quote from a happy customer is a great way for agents to establish credibility while allowing their brand to shine. If you get a text from a client that's throwing roses and petals at you, take a screenshot of it, hide their name, hide, you know, their contact information. You can still post that and, you know, talk about how much you love serving your clients and why you love serving them and why this is why you do what you do. Those carry weight. People seeing you on social media and seeing what you're doing carries weight because they're actively seeing you participate in the community and in the industry that you're at. Another important thing to remember is to make sure you don't post and ghost. Great posts will lead to steady streams of engagement, comments, likes, shares. Don't let them just sit. The more the participants engage in social media, the more they'll be engaged with by their followers. Time block for social media. How many of you time block for social media? No?
It's part of my work. I just do it whenever I'm
Yeah.
calling people.
Yeah, so for me, I have it time blocked twice a week, once with my team and once by myself. And then I have other days that are just for editing. Make sure that you time block that. That's time in your business. And if you have it scheduled, then you're just gonna do it consistently every day and you're not gonna have the 1 week goes by and you're like, oh, I didn't post this week. Oh, I should have posted this. Oh, I didn't engage as much, you know? If you do it, then you can do 10 likes, 5 comments, 1 DM. Very easy, every day or twice a week, however amount of time you want to spend. Now, if you want to lead generate a lot from social media, then you might have more time blocked on there for that as well.
When you started time blocking your posting times, did you play around with like, I'm gonna time block in the morning here and in the afternoon here to see what time of day you're getting more responses to?
Yeah, so we post at 10 a.m. every morning. We have scheduled posts. So our first post on social media goes at 10 a.m. every morning. Anything aside from that, if you see more than one post, it's just because I've taken time out of my day to do an extra post. my minimum requirement is 1 post a day. Now, the good times are usually really early in the morning, in the afternoon when people are at lunch break, or late at night, like 8 PM when people are home and scrolling in bed or getting ready for sleep. But the biggest thing that you wanna focus on is on engagement. If you're posting, but you're not getting any engagement, then you need to get people to engage with your page a lot more. It just means that you're not getting enough eyes out there. And it's a lot of trial and error. Social media is always changing, algorithms are always changing. Facebook, last year, my Get Ready With Me videos, which are longer, were getting a lot more views, and now my shorter videos are getting more views than my longer videos. And now TikTok is pushing longer videos out more than shorter videos, and it used to be the opposite. So it's also a lot of educating yourself, if you wanna do it successfully and actually see a return, because again, if you track your lead sources and you know that you're getting leads from social media, then you're gonna want to create the system so that you're capturing people's information, so that you're engaging with people, and that you're connecting with people around the area as well. So there is a lot of planning, and just like with anything else, where you have to time block and take the time to do it seriously if that's something that you do wanna engage more in. So why is it important to acknowledge when others comment or like your posts?
And Facebook will show it to other people.
Yeah,
Polite to answer.
yeah,
Shows that you're following up and that you're trustworthy.
yeah. Makes them feel heard, you know, you're not just posting and then being like, oh, great, I got the comment, you know? I'm guilty of not commenting back, mostly because I forget. So I tell my admin, can you please help me? You know? But make sure that you are, because sometimes people will comment on mine, I'm like, I have not heard from this person in forever. Should probably message them. Or they're liking and they're like, oh, you're watching this show. Why are you watching this? You know? So when you navigate the online world, it's important to find communities where you can add value. At the end of the day, people will feel that you're offering them value. Through Facebook groups and communities, you can offer value to literally thousands of people. Finding the right communities to be a part of can take time, and this time investment will be worth it. What are some online communities you're already a part of and are adding value to, and how can those be leveraged to create business opportunities? So one of the things for me, since I didn't have a sphere, you also should be thinking about who your ideal client is, who it is that you want to work with. My sphere is gonna look different than your sphere, you know? And you also have to think about, okay, if I were my ideal client and I went on my page, would I stay? Would I stay engaged? Would I want to follow you? So for me, I mentioned this before, it's families, people that are getting married, people, first-time home buyers, relocation. I do for some reason get a lot of relocation. And just people that are in that transitional period of life, right? So I found a local mom group because when I got licensed, I was pregnant. So I was like, okay, well, I need mom friends because I have 0 friends. And people that are having babies are probably looking for bigger houses or a new house or getting out of renting or whatever it might be, or they're having more kids and they need a bigger house, whatever that might be. So I found a local mom group where I have made really, really beautiful friendships. And it's also been a source for me to go and bring value to, whether that is just like giving a giveaway basket. Last year we did a Mother's Day event and we did another giveaway basket. And I had won a newborn onesie while they were doing giveaways, and I was like, I am not having more babies, so I'm gonna give this onesie away. And there was this girl that I had already spoken with at another mom walk because we went on walks, and I saw her there and she had a newborn baby. So I looked at her and I was like, hey, do you want the onesie? I'm not gonna have any more babies, so you can have it if you want. And she's like, oh my gosh, yes, thank you so much. 2 weeks ago, she sent me an email. This was almost a year ago. She sent me an email and she said, I don't know if you remember me, but we were at the Mother's Day event and you gave my baby a onesie. We're relocating back to Tampa. We want to sell our house. Can you help me? I didn't go to that event and talk to every single person and was like, I'm a real estate agent, buy a house. I'm a real estate agent, buy a house. You know, like that's not what I did. I brought the basket. I put my information in the basket, introduced myself to the person that won it. And then I just showed up there with the intention of meeting people and making friends that were moms and getting to know them. So just know that when you're building those relationships, you might not see it right away, but then you receive stuff like that and you're like, that one basket is free now. You know, your return on investment. So think about those things. How are you involving yourself in the community and the small businesses and the relationships that you have? How can you better strengthen those relationships and how can you find those communities that you like? So if you enjoy having scripture, or if you also enjoy, you know, reading about the Bible, then how can you plug into those communities, not with the intention of just getting business, but being around people that are like-minded, people that you want to work with, your ideal client, because it's going to be easy to work with people that you like and trust. So,
Are we still talking about social media though? So you're talking
yeah, but
about-
you can still find, like that group I found on social media, but they also meet in person.
Okay.
So you can create a Facebook group that starts as a Facebook group, and then you create an event where you invite everyone to go on a walk at the park. Or you create a Facebook group with people that run, you know, a runner's group, and you're like, hey, let's go on a community run. You're not really spending money. It's a free event. All you gotta do is show up. And then you go running, and then maybe you guys go get coffee somewhere and hang out and get to know each other. It doesn't have to be so overthought that it becomes really difficult. So are any of you a part of a community or a Facebook group?
You know that people, going back to pickleball, you know, people usually ask you, you know, what do you do? And you tell somebody, oh, I'm a real estate agent.
Yeah.
You know how many real estate agents are play pickleball?
Where do you go to play pickleball?
Everywhere. I live in Nixa, so now.
Zumba.
Depends, yeah, depends where, how good you are.
Yeah.
You know, if you're really good, you go someplace and.
And
I
you-
just want to learn.
Classics, yeah, oh,
Think so.
no.
Anyway, but there is always something. Somebody tells, you know, saying, well, are you selling any houses? Or, you know, I don't start the conversation. They know, I do have a banner there
Yeah.
that says, I'm a real estate agent, but I never talk about, if they don't talk about real estate, I usually asking, where do you live? And I tell you, that starts the conversation
Mhm.
about houses and real estate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is really easy to talk about real estate. People like talking about real estate. Whether it's to argue or not, people like to talk about real estate. So you're never gonna really have an issue bringing it up. And it's even easier when you don't know someone, you're like, what do you do for work? They're gonna tell you, you're gonna ask questions, you're gonna be interested, and then they're most likely than not gonna ask you, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm a real estate agent. How long have you been in real estate? How's the market? You know, those conversations easily come up. It's about having those, it's about talking to people.
Very. I think Springfield Park Board has like beginner pickleball classes, and that would also be a good way to meet people with a commonality and at the same level.
I just want to play.
They usually have like 3 or 4 courts, and the first court is for newbies and the second one, so, and people are really nice to teach you. So, anywhere.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna refer to our participant guide, and I'm gonna have you guys locate the activity post on social media on your participant guide. And then you'll pair up with a partner. You'll find the market statistics, and you'll post them on social media.
It's not ready for a real estate post on that.
Huh?
I'm not ready for another real estate post yet.
Then you can make something personal. Yeah, if you just did a real estate post, then make it personal then, if you already did a real estate one related.
Well,
I'll give you guys 3 minutes for that.
3 big minutes,
3 whole minutes.
that is not enough time.
That's what she
No,
has.
they have an online version. And, yeah, I'm gonna copy and send the text out. I mean. That social media.
Is it a subscription?
What did you say to post?
It's free.
If you, market statistics, if
Where are
you,
those at?
Probably a subscription.
if you go
I go
to,
to Flags and
sometimes-
find them, is that what you're saying?
yeah, or you
Okay.
could go to,
That's a
sometimes
good
the
one, and they do a
Keller
good
Williams
job.
Facebook
And it all
page
gets
posts
all
them
the
there
links
too,
and
you could
stuff.
download them from
And
there.
I think.
Thanks for your
Let's
help.
see.
You're welcome, bye.
Let's see what they got. You know the magazine 417?
Yeah.
They have the online stuff and do a post from there, you know, just.
Yeah,
Be something about Springfield or.
Oh, yeah.
How great it is to live here.
yeah,
or-
use those resources to your
Yeah.
advantage. You can, like it said on there, you can share, services from other people. You can share, like, if you know of an event that's going on, you can share about that.
So I have a question. I
Yeah.
just logged in or got on my Facebook and an agent friend of mine posted that she has a new listing. She's not
KW.
KW or anything like
Yeah.
that. So can I share her listing? Is there some kind of, or? do I
No,
have to
as
put
long as you get-
courtesy Of, I mean, since her
Yes.
stuff is already on it, do I still have to put courtesy of?
Yeah, so, you do need to ask for permission. So if she's
Okay.
given you permission, you
Okay.
can go on MLS. If you don't want her face and information to be on there, because again, you want to capture
Oh,
that
that's a good
side
idea.
side,
Uh-huh.
then you can go on MLS, find the listing, download the photos, and then
Well, you can just make a link.
you can make the link too, but then you're giving them all the information as well to the MLS. So you can post some photos, some details. I used to put the price on there, but now I don't because then it gets them to put on there, what's the price?
Okay.
And then I just put at the bottom, listing courtesy of so-and-so.
So,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah,
So it doesn't really have an option to post to social media.
Yeah, I don't even see it on their page.
on
Any
the
kind of-
KW,
Yeah,
Oh, this isn't KW.
Oh, you know
this
what?
is
This
MLM.
might-
this is Flex.
Yeah,
might be Keller Williams, a different Springfield.
and they've got some great graphs and
Oh, yeah.
statistics but I don't know how to post them on social media. I guess you could download it and then but should be a
Yeah.
easier way.
So I know that if you go to the Keller Williams actual Facebook page, not the internal page, they have posted this one with the market update
Where do you find it?
So how do you get there?
on Facebook.
I'm at
No, how do
that,
you
but I
get
don't,
there? Where you're at?
Keller Williams of Springfield,
Is Keller Williams of
of
Springfield.
Springfield, yeah.
and where do you find the market update?
On their page, they posted it as a.
Well, I
they made it as a-
searched it. I've gone up and down it.
Hang on, let me see.
Let me see what it looks like. Yeah, it doesn't, like, I'm not showing it. What day was
Oh,
that?
so that is Keller Williams Springfield.
Right.
You've gotta go Keller Williams of Springfield.
Oh,
I don't even see Keller Williams of Springfield. I see Keller Williams Springfield.
So you're going here on Facebook. There you
Oh,
go.
a Facebook
Yeah,
page.
yeah, sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize it was a
No, you're
Facebook
good.
page.
And then if you scroll down more,
Right
it
here
should
it
be
is.
on there, yeah.
Okay. Market update.
it is. Can we just share it? To our feed?
You
Mhm.
can. Yeah, you should be able to.
You should have that option. you go.
Okay. So how does what we've talked about today, oh, someone actually, let's see what they put online. Mary said, I've been preparing my friends that the Lord is working and that there is changes coming up without completely giving it away and asking for prayers for the journey. I also made a post about a future newsletter and was able to get some emails that way. Nice, Mary, you're on it. She's on it, guys. She hasn't even finished her classes and she's already getting some emails. I love it. All right, so how does what we've learned, what we've talked about today help inform our upcoming social media posts?
Say it again, I'm sorry?
So how does what we've talked about today help inform our upcoming social media posts? So how are we going to maybe change or implement? Or any new things you've learned?
Definitely the 80-20
Yeah.
is super helpful.
Mm-hmm. And it might be easier, right? Because it's probably easier to share something that's personal to you than just always making it business. Anyone else?
Do you do when you post something like a
Uh-huh.
market update, do you do a call to action in your post?
Yeah, I try to put a call to action on there, whether it's, I'm trying to think of like a good one. What do you
Feel free.
what do you feel this means for the spring market? Or,
You don't say, feel free to give me a call or?
yeah, you can. I just, if you're trying to engage a conversation,
Right.
then it's always good to have that, and then you can put your information on there and stuff. It just depends what you wanna do. If it's just like, feel free to give me a call, which I do that too. Sometimes we just switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Reels?
Yeah.
I was just posting a video and they asked me if I wanted to make a reel.
Mm-hmm.
For this time, I said no because that's new to me. So what's the difference?
Yeah, so reels are shorter videos.
Okay.
I think the max amount of time that you can do for it to be considered a reel is 90 seconds.
Okay.
Anything past that is just a regular video. And they do get pushed a lot on social media.
Mhm.
It's kind of like a TikTok. Like reels is the same word as like a TikTok video. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that's what it means by that.
Okay.
Now, when you're posting a lot on social media platforms, it's important to be authentic. When you guys are authentic, people are drawn to you. It's the authentic version of yourselves that people will do business with. Don't be a jack of all trades with social media channels. You should find one that works for you, because if you don't like it, you won't use it. So if you know that you're not gonna like Instagram, don't try doing Instagram. If you enjoy doing Facebook, then master Facebook. Get really good at it. Don't be afraid to embrace video, push past the stage fright, and get ready for your close-up. Videos are a great way to engage users passively and actively. It's a great way for them to remember your face as well. And like Liliana said, she made a good point of like, just get the camera out and talk. You are gonna feel silly. And for the beginning, like when I started doing my videos, I was literally probably talking to no one, but I told myself that I was speaking to someone, that this was going to reach someone. And as you get comfortable with it and as you practice, it's the same as like role play, as open houses. The more you do it, the better you get at it, the less scary it gets, the more comfortable you get with it, the more creative you're able to get with it, because you're playing around with it a little bit more.
Do you always share publicly or with your feed, or what's your preference?
I share from my page.
Just your friends?
No, I share with everyone. Yeah, so I make it public, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I make it public, yeah.
Okay.
And make sure you use diagnostics and analytics to optimize your post. You can check, if you're a data person and you wanna see what is doing really well, then checking those insights and analytics is really nice, because you can see how how much engagement people are getting from a video. So it's interesting to me whenever I see a video and it tells me that after 3 seconds, they stopped watching. So that tells me,
Where are you seeing that?
Where do you find them?
So much for me to learn.
Is it on, like, when you go to your page and you go to view tools?
Thank you, Lord. Randy Fuller.
Tells you,
I'm on
it
my
explains
first
kind of
hour
what
of
each one
10,000.
does. And then it tells you.
Okay, so I'm supposed to go on yours.
I'll be proficient.
Comment.
Or a master.
It did, but it was a video, and I'm not sure if it's there yet, so.
Oh, yeah, it might take a minute.
I guess you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right?
That's my top post, is that what that's saying?
Yeah, that's what's that saying.
So how do I find like what other posts did? Is there a way to see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so let me see.
I love that. I mean,
Go on to your medical.
I tell you, Facebook will be a really good place for you to post joyous.
Let's see yours.
Kingdomisms and all of that.
Did you do it on the page?
Except for you have no
Your
friends,
personal?
because
She's
you
done my personal.
Oh, I was on Facebook.
Will you
So
automatically
this
get your
tells you
friends
your
back?
total last week of your Facebook reach.
You
So this
can.
kind of helps you know
Do you have to send?
if you're growing
all
over
of your
time, so
friend
like if you wanna
requests
see how
again?
fast you're growing on
You
social
don't?
media or how many people
They'll
you're reaching.
repopulate.
That can also tell you like, oh, okay, 1,000 people
Okay.
are seeing my post, but I don't
That's
have
what I would
1,000
do.
followers.
So like I posted an open house flyer because I had an open house last weekend. The weekend before, the weather was crap.
So it's not
So
like,
I did a video
Shut out.
walkthrough and I
Mhm.
Right.
posted that. How, is there a way
I
for
have
me
been very,
to
very quiet
use
on
one?
Yeah,
And then I can
Facebook
compare.
you
since,
can see, yeah.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
seriously, right on your profile.
That says like,
so go to your,
We got 20 people. I thought, oh, I'll put them in a separate category. So we started, what was going
okay,
on?
well, that page doesn't do that good.
Okay,
It does okay, but my,
so it's
my,
this one.
uh-huh.
Yes, I see that.
I
you're
am.
quiet.
Shut up private.
So have I for about a year.
I come back.
I think COVID
Somebody
just
had added like 50 people.
wore me out. Our church was online ending up for 14 months. So we did not have in-person service for 14 months. Can you just imagine, like, I did all of my sermons every day
Added.
online.
Oh, I don't have any.
Yeah, yours
It
looks
was a severe
different.
It was fine. I took care of it for a while.
Here.
Didn't go.
Is this a business page?
Restaurants were closed for me.
It is
Okay,
my
that's probably
personal
why.
page. Go to, you can go to my business page.
Eventually I
Go
gave
to
it
share your.
Yeah, well, we were able to come back during the summer.
Still exists today.
Oh,
But
So if you go on insights right here.
Okay.
We flew to Illinois, flew to Chicago.
You can see for the last 28 days, you've reached a ton of people.
I was doing Facebook and I was posting up to it.
And it also tells you how
Away from our home.
new followers you gained and
Two
page
times.
likes.
So.
And if you go, let's say you go to,
We go for a walk, and we stop and say.
if you wanna see how a post did, you can also click on it.
Oh, okay.
And see how many people engaged with it.
See, like there's where I did the elevator one, the elevator
Yeah.
music. And I just did one that said, would you rather?
because they.
Yeah.
So, Because it's winter, so I'm like, would you rather kick back by the beach or kick back by the pool?
yeah, and there's also, like if people have interacted with your videos on your page, you can also invite people that have interacted with your videos that aren't following you to follow your page. So there's a lot, just play around
I've
with it.
seen that you can do that, and I
Yeah.
usually do. One thing though is I don't ever know what to make a video about.
As an avenue. of touching.
Like
just anything.
Like about, you could literally talk about so many, like one of the videos that I'm gonna do this week is the most expensive house that sold in Greene County versus the least expensive house that sold in Greene County in 2023.
As you get,
And then, you know, you just talk about how much it sold for and what like, you know, what area it's at, whatever, you can
You know,
do.
one thing I like to post a lot is like things in houses that make no sense.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous things, like one was like a set of steps upstairs and one of the steps was the kitchen counter. And I'm like,
That's funny.
what's wrong
Yeah,
with
so
this?
you can, you know, you can talk about anything. It really is not, it's not that, I feel like we get so stuck on like paralysis by analysis, you know, where you are overthinking so much about what you wanna say, when it can be super, super simple. So like, we asked Tyler Richardson for us to walk through one of the properties that they have over by, David Harrison Elementary School, the new development that they have there. Because they were offering a 3-2-1 buy down. So what we did is we did my admin and I went out there and we did a little intro video of welcome to this property. The really cool thing about it is that the builder is offering a 3-2-1 buy down. Then she got a walkthrough of the property and I did a voiceover talking about what a 3-2-1 buy down was. So you can use video walkthrough of property and then just do a voiceover talking about something real estate related or not, like it can be about anything.
Okay. I was posting my open house signs this morning in the rain. I made a video of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So just,
Post
you
your
know, a
struggles.
really wet video, but I made
Yeah.
it and posted
Post
it.
your struggles, like
Mhm.
people wanna see what it is that you do. And I think that people seeing what it is that we do is what shows them like, oh, you don't just fill out paperwork, you know, right?
So another question I have is,
Yeah.
I have my business page, which is only a few months old.
Yeah.
So when I post business related stuff, I post it on my business page and then I share it
On your
on
personal.
my personal page. Is that the best strategy to do that?
I do that. That's what I do. I'm also not a Facebook person. Like the only reason, whenever I moved to the US, I did not have Facebook. I had deleted it. I just don't like it. I've never really liked it. And then when I was moving away from home, my mom pretty much forced me into it because she was like, you're moving to another country, your family needs to be able to see what you're doing. And I'm like, I'm not gonna post in it. Like, if they wanna know what I'm doing, they can text me and call me or something, I don't know. But I created it because I was like, okay, yeah, people wanna see whatever. And then during the pandemic, I just wasn't posting a lot. And then when I got licensed, again, another thing is that I was in marketing before, so I was also just tired of being on social media. But then when I got licensed, I know how much of a good tool marketing can be and like social media can be, so I went back on it.
Did I tell you it's free?
Yeah, and it's free, and it is free. So, I kept my Facebook open all that time, and now I still have it open and I post there sometimes, but for the most part, for me, it's Instagram that I post like personal stuff in. Like I have a personal business account and I also have a business Instagram account.
So you can have both on Instagram, just like you do on Facebook.
Yeah, so like my business Facebook page is connected to my business Facebook page. I mean, my business Instagram page is connected to my business Facebook page.
Okay.
They're linked to each other.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Yeah, and then I have like just my personal one, which is like, you know, if I'm traveling and I'm going somewhere, I'm not gonna post a bikini photo on my business page. Like that's just not something I would do. I would go and if I wanted to do it on my personal page, because I wanna keep those two things separate.
Right.
Same with my kids, like I do have photos of my kids on social media, but I'm not big on posting them on social media. And that's just, again, personal preference, like.
And safety.
Yeah, and safety. So like, they'll make an appearance here and there, but you're gonna see that a lot of my content now is not, when Atlas was a baby, I used to, and then I learned more about how unsafe the internet is.
Yeah.
And so now I'm more cautious about it. I still show them, but it's not with the intention of like, here are my kids, like, you know, just posting them all the time. So that's also one of the reasons, like, I have the two separate. Yeah.
There are companies out there that build website pages for people and businesses.
So they what, sorry?
There are businesses out there that build websites.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, does that happen with Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, you
Personal
can pay people to manage your social media. You can pay people to create your social media if that's something that you definitely absolutely do not want to do. Now, obviously if you're doing it, then it's gonna be something you're investing in. But it can get expensive too, because you are paying for someone to handle your media for
Doesn't Onward do that?
what was that?
Doesn't Onward do that as one of their
They
services?
create, yes, they do create graphics. They don't do reels for you though.
I thought they said social media management.
They do, but they're not going to do like your reels.
Sure.
Yeah,
So
they'll
as
do
far as-
like graphics, they'll post, they'll do some of that stuff and,
You can totally
but you
hire
can talk to
somebody
them.
to pretend to be you and just handle your page completely. And you
My
don't have to do it.
assistant does for me.
Yeah.
But I just do the reels, I do the videos, like the video that I told you this morning.
Uh-huh.
You should send it to her and she
Yeah.
does whatever I don't know, she posted it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We have an admin now, so before that, it was just Amy and I handling. We did pay someone at the beginning. And then we were like, we don't need to be paying someone to do this. So then we took it over and then we have our admin now. And we trained her for how we wanted our social media to be, and now she handles it. Now, are there things that I post because sometimes I'm like, I really wanna post this and I wanna use my own, like my words to really relay the information? Yeah, especially when
Creep on her social media, she's really good.
thank you.
Yeah. Really creep on it.
Adding Maria as a friend.
So if it's for me, if it's something personal, I normally post it. If it's something like the real estate related stuff, she usually posts it. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Maria's the queen of social media.
Thank
Uh,
All right,
Yeah.
Maria, I'm going to look for you, but I
Yeah.
can't spell your last name.
G-A-L-G-A-N-O.
I see it right there.
Where did you move here from? You said you were from another
So,
country?
yeah, Honduras.
Honduras.
Okay, so your English and your diction is impeccable.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you really have got
Thank you.
a good handle
My
on that.
family was very strict about my English.
Is your last name Italian?
Yes, my husband is Italian, yeah, yeah. And don't be afraid to ask for help, you know, the Market Center also has a video vault. If you guys haven't been able to check it out, check it out. They have a camera, they have a microphone, they have backdrops, and it's free. But yeah, take advantage of it. There also are classes all the time at the Market Center. I've taught classes on social media. Paulina Nabar has taught classes on social media. The GSBOR offers classes on social media as well. So if that's something that you want to learn more about, you can. A lot of it with it gets pretty repetitive, I will say. Like there's the insights, the engagement, the amount of time that you post. It's all gonna be pretty much the same across the board. It's about how consistent you stay with it. Make sure to, I don't know, okay. Any questions? Ahas? No?
I think like learning where to look to find out how your post is doing is good. Right before this started, my daughter was helping me with some social media stuff. So I was like, how did I not know that? She had posted something the other day. And so it tells me when she posts. So I went to it and I clicked on it because I wanted to make it bigger to see. And when I clicked on it, an info box popped up and it said, are you interested in, getting a free CMA to see how much your house is
You
worth?
can create an automated response message.
Right,
Mhm.
and the second one was, or do you just want to drive around and look at pretty houses? And so I left 2 snarky comments in there, and then I'm like calling her, how do I do this? And she's like, Mom, I cannot tell you over the phone. I'm like, come on, I just want to know. So then she's like, Mom, she's not really the best teacher. She'll come over and do it for me before she will show me how to do it. But today she showed me, so you can make it pop up.
Yeah.
somebody's wanting to look at the picture, they pop it up. And my, would you rather question is getting killed with all kinds of answers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, lots of answers already, and I just posted it like 30 minutes ago.
So what are your guys' ahas for today? For this section, I mean.
The Facebook's free.
That Facebook is free, heck yeah. And you know, and Liliana says that, and I'm glad she does, because you shouldn't be paying for, like, there's free leads. And there's ways to get free leads. So don't make yourself don't convince yourself that there aren't any free leads. There are.
Advertising is really expensive.
Yes,
Yeah.
advertisement can get very expensive. You, especially if you're newer, you want to keep your cost low. I run advertisements on like my listings and stuff, but for the most part, I don't have ongoing advertisements going on. I just don't. I haven't really seen, like, the ones that I've done, I've gone on listings and I have gotten leads off of the listings, but anything else I haven't really gotten much from.
I think something that I kind of connected was, I think it was Mary, she said in a different class, like, I don't feel, this may not be exactly what you said, but you know, you felt uncomfortable reaching out to, or Anne, sorry, people you are friends with, like on Facebook, but that you hadn't talked to in years. I feel that way too. But if you're posting and they're liking your post or they're commenting on your post, then they have some level of interest. So then
Exactly,
you can
yeah.
just take it from there. You just reach out to that person and be like, hey, I saw that you like my post. We haven't spoke for a while. Let's reconnect.
Yeah.
That's good. Gives you something to say.
I mean, one time I was having breakfast and the waitress was going by and she stopped, she says, hey, you're the Facebook lady. You know,
You're the Facebook lady.
I
yeah.
know, I'm like, oh, okay, I am. So, yeah.
And it does feel nice when that happens. Like I went to Black Tie. I went to Black Tie and I was just walking in and this girl's like, oh, you do the real estate get ready with me videos. And I was like, oh yeah. And she's like, I follow you. I asked her name and I was like, hey, what's your name? I really want to know, you know, who you are, just so that I can see what she's posting. She's an esthetician. So then I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a facial with you, you know, keep that relationship going. So just know that getting your name out there, even if they don't do business with you, people remembering your face is also very valuable. So how are you gonna hold yourself accountable to your 251 system?
Do it every day.
Time block, like that.
Make time to do it every day.
Yeah,
That's not that much.
no, it isn't. And again, it is partly of, in part of your lead generation. Cause you are making conversations with people and
It's
you,
name awareness.
it's name awareness, yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some tools, models, or systems that you guys are going to implement?
10-5-1.
10-5-1, time blocking. What else? What do you feel differently about?
I'm probably gonna get on Instagram.
Okay.
And at least have a presence and kind of see how that fits into things.
Yeah.
I think I came in thinking, what would I post or what, I mean.
What would I even talk
What
about?
would I even talk about? But now I've been open up to a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've a lot
Yeah.
more ammunition to
Yeah.
go for it.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. What about you, Destiny?
I'm uncomfortable with video.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like how I look on video. I
Okay.
don't like how I sound on video.
Yeah.
But just listening to them say, just be yourself,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it is. And, you know, try things out. Like my Get Ready With Me videos, I started like talking to the camera And recently, because of my schedule and how it's a lot, it takes a lot more time to edit when I'm actively doing my makeup and talking at the same time. So then I was like, I didn't do my videos for a while, was one, I was mentally exhausted, but two, I just didn't have the time. So now I do film myself and I'm just listening to music and doing my thing and dancing and the kids are running around and whatever. And now I do a voiceover talking about whatever I would normally just talk to the camera. So just find what works. And if you don't like something, then change it up and try something else until you find something that you really like. Sherry, what about you?
You know, like I said, I think learning where to look to see how it's doing and knowing what I can change up to make it more fun. And you know, I think just keeping some of it fun so that you attract people who have a similar, like,
Yeah.
it's really hard to work with people who don't think I'm funny, because I am.
Exactly. No, it is, and I agree with that, because I think I'm pretty funny too, and if you're not
One
laughing,
of
I'm
the
like,
other things I like to post is like, you can go online and find like the ridiculous things that you find, like a toilet up at the very top of
Yeah.
stairs. Why do people put that? Why?
Yeah.
Like, and you get more comments and engagement on something like that than if you post,
Oh, yeah.
this is my listing this
People
week."
love having an opinion.
They do.
Oh, yeah. People
They love
love wanting you hear what their 2 cents are.
Absolutely. So I
And-
think,
And that's why a lot of like controversial videos help a lot. Because you're creating a conversation, like for when you share like I shared the guess the price yesterday to $1.4 million house. And I just put guess the price and just did a little 5-second video of the entrance, nothing else, just guess the price, put the price and then 2 random prices. And then I had people messaging me. They're like, oh, I guess this, but like, I'm not sure. And then I posted today, 50% of you guessed it right. And then I had people message me like, I cannot believe that that's a $1.4 million house. And I have people I moved from California. So I have a lot of out-of-state people that follow me, which is awesome because I'm just trying to get all my people to move here. I'm like, imagine how much you could get for a house here in comparison to California.
when they sell their house
When you
there,
sell your
they
house
can buy
there.
it cash.
Yeah, cash out here, right? But just even that, just that education of what house prices are doing in other places too. And what real estate is doing in other markets as well, because what's going on in the East Coast or West Coast is not necessarily moving here at the same rate. We're always a little behind on things.
About 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. So what actions will you take? What was meaningful to you about today?
I have to make a decision about getting on Facebook.
See
You
you
can
there.
do a lot of it from your phone though, and it will take 5 seconds. I mean, it really doesn't take that long to put something.
When you're waiting a doctor's appointment or something, everybody's in their phone and that's just reading common.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go into our success systems, which is role play, preparation, real play, and then updating our database. All right, so we're gonna go on to chosen conversation with volunteer. Participant guide and I'm gonna have you guys locate the social media direct message options on page C11. Did you guys find it?
On what page?
C11.
I don't see C11 anywhere on the page. I have 8.11, but for 8.10,
Yeah, I have 8 points as well. Maybe it's 8.11. See.
P11, you don't see one? Oh, 811.
Yeah, we have that.
I don't know what,
So how do we work this chart?
let's see. So it's giving you social media conversation starters. Oh, that's the one of 10, here, I'll read it to you.
This is 811.
So that chart is,
Newer version than.
where'd it go?
You must have a newer version of the.
Okay, 10 conversations with your sphere, 10 contacts added to your database, 10 handwritten notes,
So you get a more up to date.
and then just utilizing your 10-5-1 model and any other. enrichment.
What is enrichments?
So let's see,
Same as hers.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
any other trainings, I would believe, is that what that means?
It's the same. Oh, daily success. Scroll down.
Yeah.
It's laid out different. Is that 2 pages?
No, you've got yours at a lot higher rate for magnification. So that's why you're having to scroll. Oh, no, I see what you're saying. You don't have both sides. You don't have both sides. Let me see what your, there's your other side. Come on. 811. Should look just like that.
See, it's not.
Okay, I'll send it to
So
you.
you'll spend 5 minutes preparing which conversation you like. And then we're gonna spend 5 minutes with your partner, just practicing sending that message and seeing if you like it. Optional, participants can video record each other, practicing your conversations to watch and learn for later.
I think that should remain optional.
I'm with you.
Do you want to join us?
Yeah, I'll be with you guys.
Didn't really look today, so.
Okay,
Coffee.
are we doing this? Or are we, what are we doing?
I have no idea. It's not connected, so
I can't sit for 2 hours and then sit for another 2 hours. I gotta walk around for a minute.
maybe talk about a post on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So like I have a folder, let me see if I can find it. So on my desktop, I have a folder of hilarious real estate pictures. So like this one, for example.
That you've taken, or you just, no?
Never do that. That's, don't ever post a picture of, why can't I make it big? Of one of your clients' houses, that's.
But you're driving around, there's like a house that they have a huge fence, and the fence are bicycles, all bicycle.
Mhm.
You know, just take a picture of that and say, you know, what do you think about
Okay,
that?
so here is one, for example. This is in like a bed, what's supposed to be a bedroom. And so I'll usually be like, functional? Or,
Right.
or what? What are they thinking? And there's a chandelier, you know, like I don't get it.
Yeah, I think Halloween, there's a house that they do some, probably 1 million pumpkins outside.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
beautiful. And I did a little video of it one year, probably 4 or 5 years ago. That thing, I got so much likes in that video.
Yes, we had a house that had like all kinds of stuff around it for Christmas. It was like decked out with the music, lights everywhere. And I'm thinking, how would you sleep at night with that many
Please, by
lights
all
on?
means, I hope you feel better.
And, but, you know, I took video of it and put it up and I mean, people are like, where is this? Where is this? Can we go see it? You know, cause they had it going. They wanted people to come see it.
I don't know if you're familiar with the Bagwell house, but the Bagwells live in my neighborhood. They've been
Is
on
that here in
the-
town?
Yeah.
I
they've been
live
on-
in Bolivar, so.
Gotcha. They've been on like the holiday light fight show and stuff like that. They have a big thing every year. And like, I have to be cognitive of how I leave my neighborhood
Right.
at Christmas time.
Oh, no, so many cars.
Yeah.
But we
There'll be a
love the
lot of
lights. Like,
cars.
I'm not complaining. You just have to stop and think about it. So I mean, but that would be a good draw.
Yeah.
If I do new construction, I go and
So,
often to check it out for my clients and usually take pictures for my clients. I like, right now I have one in Mansfield. She lives in Ada and it takes me an hour to get there. So I go there, take pictures, send it to her. But I usually post those pictures, you know?
Well, and the video doesn't have to be of your face. It
Right.
could be of anything, I guess. I mean, I never really know what to post.
Let me show you the video that I did this morning for that open house. It's just, you know, and it says it all.
see ya. Feel better.
I don't think she's posted it yet because she's in
It's been a.
Philippines. Let me see.
Our headquarters is
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
Lancaster.
Okay.
So, they've been really good, just giving us time.
Who's making your signs?
I've been visiting
I live in Nixa. There's a,
So I've got 120
lady who does
different
it for me.
churches. We've been visiting them, telling them.
Oh,
the
how
story.
cute that is.
Yeah.
and that's it, you know, that's the video. I wanted to, because it's north of Springfield, people think it's a horrible place, but it's a really nice.
No,
subdivision.
that's really called like, oh, it's in North Springfield?
Yeah. uh-huh.
Oh,
By the zoo.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know, north of there is like the Beverly Hills of Springfield, Missouri.
Well,
That's nice.
There's a road that says Beverly Hills, there it is right there. And then, I don't know, not so much makeup today, but anyway, this is the stupid video I did this morning in my car. So,
I do videos in my car sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but I always do a video of whatever house that I'm, you know, doing an open house on or something like that. But I'm just not good at coming up with like 15-second ideas. I mean, you can go to the park and take pictures of the otters, take video of the otters. That's fun. I don't know how long they're gonna be there because, and people are complaining all over Facebook, they're eating all the fish. Who cares? The fish, you can't watch them. They're not fun. The otters are fun. Let's stock the pond and keep the otters. And they're just hilarious to watch them play and swim and.
we should like that, those videos like that and say something, you know?
Mhm.
You can move here and you can see the otters
So-
eat our fish.
When we were in, I posted this and it got a lot of engagement. We were in Arizona last week and, let's see, where is it? We were in,
Small church, but coffee bar, cakes, pastries, fruit.
Saguaro National Park. And so I just was like, this is pretty cool. Let me post a picture of it. Is that it? That's not it. Or post a video of it. And I just put like an Alan Jackson song behind it because I didn't know what else to do. I'll find it in a second. I got videos of my husband telling terrible jokes about cactus. Like, what does a cactus smell like if you get too close? Blood.
Blood.
Here, this is the one I did. And there's, I took, there. Oh, can I go back? Oh. Okay, so. It's just like, those saguaro cactus, they were so cool.
I know.
That's the only place in the world they grow. That's it, in this one little subsection of the Sonoran Desert, this one little subsection. So, you know, I did that and
Kind of do realistic estate and you're just gonna kind
So
of keep.
weekend
your real
before.
estate
I do some dumb
business
picture of
on.
me, you know, because look at that.
Yeah, that's great.
Look at that cactus.
There's the brush.
Oh, there's your toilet brush.
Nice.
No, I send a picture. Actually, this is a picture. I sent it to my assistant. She's in Philippines and she did this for me.
There you go. Absolutely.
Because I'm just don't do technology. So
Take a test about
that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So,
Do you find that you get better responses if you're talking in the video or if you have like
I have a license.
text?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't really
Oh,
know,
yeah.
to be honest with you. Most, like with my husband, I'll show you his TikTok. Wait a minute, I have to do it from here because
You know, whenever you watch a movie,
Um,
I know that I was home for so long.
Got
I watch
MLS.
Netflix a lot,
you know, all that
but
stuff.
I always had the letters also,
Yeah, we always
you
keep
know,
our captions on.
so maybe we'll,
So,
you know.
Well, I did a video
Yeah, I'm
walkthrough,
just
well, I
kinda-
had my daughter do it,
Mhm.
she shot it for me. And then I was like, should I do a voice overlay over it? And she said, no, I think if we put like
Yeah.
scrolling
Mhm.
text, you know, about features, she thought that was well received. And she's 24, so I figured she probably know
If
better
you
than
have
I
the
do.
music in the
Yeah,
background.
we put music
yeah.
in the background.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
especially in like your someplace, I usually have the volume down.
Mhm.
You can read, but you cannot hear what they're saying,
Right.
so, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm on that.
So that you can post and say.
Okay,
hey,
so,
somebody had an open
let me find him. Oh, I don't want me. Oh, I'm under him. Okay. So like his name is Wes.
Uh-huh.
This is my daughter's whole thing. So he doesn't do anything with this. He is just telling like the worst dad jokes you have ever seen. So like here,
Yeah. Yeah, I went to a
We
bunch of
put
open
the-
houses last weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is gonna be evil day.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
he's just
So I
stupid
didn't
like
get a
he's,
big-
but people love it. See how the words go over it?
There's 4,000 missionaries a part of our,
Right.
and I know a lot of the
People.
Yeah. A lot of the regional, every region has its own kind of.
And he thinks he's funny. I'm like, you're so like completely dumb.
Well, if he's getting views, somebody else thinks he's funny too.
Yeah, and their kids are getting back. And-
I put the
Yeah,
letters.
we got the University of Evangels here and AGTS.
Mhm.
Global universities here.
And I mean, like she's had, we were in Greece when this was taken, but
I'll never forget the last words my
Yeah,
grandmother.
when people come back, even if they need a rental. give me a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll help you find.
Look how
And you'll be
far I can
networking
kick this
with
bucket.
property managers as you go. I've got-
that's not even funny.
My husband is really good about making jokes like that.
Yeah.
I understand.
But I mean, like,
But
he
you know what?
is getting hundreds and hundreds and his views will get his videos will get 1,000 or 1,500 views.
I had,
Wild, Wild West.
I was so
That's
tired,
what
my
she's
husband
named him. Out of control.
leaving the
dad.
underwear next to the hamper, and always, so I put it on Facebook. How many of your husbands do that? I got
Yes.
so
So
many,
many.
yeah, and got to him, and he quit it for a while.
So you quit it for a
Yeah.
while? He's like, you put me on the spot.
I
over
know.
there." That's funny.
Wow.
My husband always
He-
leaves,
It's a big issue.
cabinet doors
Yeah.
open.
Mine does too.
I'm
Mine does
like,
too.
Dude, are you like, do you just,
So make a poll of that.
I will, now I will, cause I always tell him and he's like, no, I don't. And then I'll come back home. He makes fun of me
AGCS.
because I never push in the chair from our kitchen island. We have a stool, a bar stool, and I always leave it like when you pull out and walk out, and he always comes back and he's like,
Yeah.
"That's a sick."
Yeah, I mean, he's getting more views than I get, that's for sure. For his stupid, dumb, like not even remotely funny dad jokes. The only one I thought was funny was the one where he said, had this new guy move into the neighborhood, got to know him. Turns out that he is a veterinarian and a taxidermist, so you get your dog back no matter what.
That's good. That's a good one.
I love that one. That's the only one that's funny. I'm like, why are people watching these? They're
Yeah.
groaners.
Well, I think you get you know, you get collections of videos like, you know, those guys who are sitting, he kind of falls in that category. Like, I'm stuck on the North Sea video.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I literally was on North Sea TikTok for a while and I was like, I need to get out of here.
Wait, what is
It
North
dark in
Sea?
here. It's about the North Sea.
So like the boats that
ocean, the
go
boats
out with
that
the big
go out,
waves
the
and
big
the
waves and
storms.
Oh my god.
They have this song that's like the North Sea song that's
John
super
Wesley's,
eerie and. It's really eerie,
North Sea.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
So.
You're gonna end up on that.
Right?
Here's the thing, I will go watch some reels just for fun,
Yeah.
just to like kill 10 minutes. I'm like, I'm gonna just watch reels.
Church.
And it,
Now I
mean,
can't watch reels without being like, how can I apply this to real estate?
There about 7 years.
That's how I look at social media now. Whenever
Right,
the time that I spend scrolling, I'm like, oh, how can I apply this to real estate?
Living Waters.
yeah, I mean, it is hard to like come up with ideas like that, but
Well, and what I always tell people is find agents in other states, you know?
So we.
Find agents that are doing it at a really good level and that are creative and have a good mix of things and just rip off and duplicate, make it your own, like with your
Right.
personality and stuff, but you can get ideas from others as well.
My wife and I were.
yeah, there's always ways to tweak it and make it
Oh,
your
for
own.
sure, yeah.
Okay.
That's held on every.
See,
So
here's
for next
my-
session, we're gonna be talking about
Top 10
more
things to do when selling your home.
capturing more
That's great.
leads.
What are we doing?
Next session, we're gonna be talking about capturing more leads.
Oh, good.
Lots of relationships.
I need
around
that.
different people, but not to the
Yeah.
step as well.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it here tomorrow. We have something at church tomorrow night and we're supposed to set up during the day, but I hope I make it.
Something like that. So that's probably.
You can't
close to
also
what church
zoom in.
is.
Yeah.
I know,
So
except
you
that I
like the
can't zoom
entrepreneur,
and
the
set
church
up.
planting
Oh,
and
So I
starting.
have to wait for the.
But they
kids.
record it.
So you gotta look at your history.
But I still have never found session 1.
Okay.
Oh, really?
No, I watched Tim McCall's session 1 and it was
Because my
awesome.
mom was going and I wanted to see if there was.
awesome.
Okay.
So I came from the Baptist church.
To the Wesley.
I was in Columbia for or
Hmm.
St. Louis for the Missouri Realtors Business Conference last week, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah, yeah.
Thursday, so I missed the first 3 days. And I can't
So
find.
I
that-
missed the first 4 days because I was going to
So we came to
Arizona.
Nixon in 1991.
So,
Okay.
So that was back in 1998.
Okay.
So you've been an agent for a while?
I've technically been an agent since 2002. Is when I got licensed. In 2003, I had the opportunity to get into appraising. So I've been appraising for the last 20 years.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
And so
That's a
Oh.
great background.
we've slowed down in that
Yeah, I love it. I
area
mean,
with
I love
whole
coming,
volumes
you know,
down, but also interest rates are down. So that affects not only sales, but refis, home equity loans, everything.
the five
So
people
appraisal
show
is a
up,
little
you
slow
know,
right now.
and
So
just
I'm like,
watch it
well, it's a
grow,
good
you know?
time to
But not everybody has
Get
that.
into
get back
You know,
into this.
In the church
love
planting
that.
world, like, they say there's.
That's good background. Lots of social media content from that
I
alone.
bet.
All the wealth of knowledge that you must have. That's awesome.
But, you know, I love the.
Yeah.
so, you weren't the one who taught the smart plans. I did that smart plans class.
Mm,
This morning.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's some things you can change and some things you can't change. And so like, I'm just,
Yeah, that would
messing with
totally
it
be
a
your. I
little
really
bit.
like
And then
this.
settlers coming,
Little
start
yellow.
taking over,
Yeah,
and then, you know, the administrators and the policy.
Nice,
Yeah.
yes.
The rules people and the,
yeah.
and you're like.
Like when I did this 20 years ago, you know, we went to the hallway to the cabinet and pulled out carbon copy forms and filled out listings by hand. And now it's like, oh, you know, like, where do I
I mean.
find all this?
there's
And
just-
DocuSign and
Everything's
It's so
digital,
different.
yeah. Everything's digital and.
Positioning and.
Yeah.
And but there are some clients, especially older clients, they don't refuse to do online, so you have to send
Mhm.
paper
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah.
Who you are,
Good.
how you were geared.
Mhm.
If they can't do it digitally, they can get a new realtor.
You
Well,
can
you
send it
live
to
so
me.
far away.
You do live far away.
I don't live far. No, I mean,
I mean,
if you're-
this takes me 45 minutes to get down here. It's just that I drove 2 hours a day, an hour each way for a lot of my teaching career, and I'm like, I'm over
So you're
it.
kind of used to it, but also over
Yeah,
it.
and
I
the
bet you know so
thing, the
many
really
people.
thing is, I do know a lot of
Mhm.
people. I've lived in this area for 35 years where I'm at. We've been
Wow.
married for 32. But like these amazing, awesome friends of mine have this giant, amazing brokerage that they have built in the last couple of years. And so everyone uses them. They're young, they're hip, they're fun. I don't have an office, you know, up
But
there.
that's, I mean, that's what kind of led me to the.
You know,
real estate
like I
stuff
feel like
is,
I'm this small fish in the small pond with a bunch of big fish.
My wife.
from
and I, when we
Bolivar.
start talking about this,
So,
the question
like,
was,
I don't know. I mean, I used Kim and Jeremy to do my house, like they sold my house for me and they helped me buy the one we're in now. And, you know, I've wanted to do this for 20 years, but, you know, I didn't, I don't know. I guess when you're there and you're in the middle of it,
Yeah.
it's just,
but we were trying to figure out what can.
I don't know, it's just different because there are certain
This-
people, like
this
there's
fits the bill,
this
so.
one guy.
Hey, it's good to talk to you.
He's Ross, and he's
Social
just
media.
now opened his
Hey,
own
yeah,
brokerage.
absolutely.
We'll connect that way
The
too.
brokerage in
Let's
Cooley's
connect.
under, that guy is moving to Florida. and
That's
he's
my,
Dissolving it.
that's my
Well,
weakness. That's one of the reasons I was
like, I
interested
don't
in
know
coming
what
to
to call
Ignite.
him, cause I've
was to
done so
learn
many
more
deals
about
with
how
him
to
and he
get social
freaking doesn't
So
do
we,
his
like,
job.
so we did a ton of
And he
social media
doesn't
with
call you
our
back, he doesn't
church
check on
that I've
things, he
Yeah.
doesn't.
been online for
It is
14
the
months.
most frustrating. The clients I have now
Yeah, I-
used him once.
I just got
And they're
burned out on
like,
social media.
we will
Our
never go
relationship.
back. And I'm like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. about
Yeah,
that.
so I think what you could do in
And
that
that-
aspect, like Amy and I do videos all the
Intention.
time,
Yeah,
educating
different
people.
mindset.
And we obviously are not gonna say
Are you
like,
ready?
there's agents out there that do this and this and
Let's
that.
go.
because we
Yeah,
wanna talk
yeah,
bad
we don't
about
wanna be
agents,
negative.
But we do say like, make sure that you find an agent that's communicative and organized and has systems. Like we do say things like that because it is important. And that's how you could
You wanna
probably
get
set
around? I'll
yourself
be right
apart
there.
of like,
Mhm.
these are some things that you should be looking for in your
Pedestrian anyway,
agent.
so.
If you want someone like that, contact
Mhm.
me,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
good.
I pulled up my
And
old
funny.
Facebook account.
And funny.
Looks like
I
I
Did they
got,
let you repopulate?
That's
all
I'll have to
the brands?
redo it.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Hey, Maria,
Yeah.
just for your information, I did locate my old Facebook.
Oh, yay! There we go.
That's a
We're
breakthrough.
gonna see Richard on Facebook. I'm
Okay.
Party on, Bart.
You can share your grandkids and.
How do you say your last name?
They're gonna be so excited, Grandpa.
Way to say it?
Yes.
O'Doherty.
Like changing the name.
It's actually came over.
Hey, I like that. That could be your business
Handle or
name.
whatever.
Hello, Richard. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but it
That's
came
how the
over
British-
from Ireland.
So,
Who's Irish?
It came
It
over
was a
from
friend or
Ireland.
family.
O'Doherty.
friend,
That was the
but
first
I
thing they
don't
did was
really
drop.
know. If it touches
That's the
Polk
first thing
County,
they did
the
was
county
drop.
touches
Yeah.
Polk County, I'll go
Yeah,
there.
Doherty.
Otherwise, they're getting.
And that's the right way to say it.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I love you.
Well, we
but
want
I'm
to say
not
American, we
writing
say
it.
Darty and
Doherty.
Darty or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, you know,
Whatever you
yeah,
wanna
Doherty.
go.
Yeah.
Doggery.
So,
Are you going
Doherty.
to a family reunion this year?
No.
You were last year, right?
That's what recruited me.
Yeah, but you were there
Last
last year,
year.
right? Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah,
remember having conversations with you last year. Nice.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, we had a few drinks, you know, or I did at least. I don't know if you did, but
Are you going this year, Maria?
yeah, yeah. Are you?
Yeah, I'm not going this
Yeah,
year.
I decided to. I just like registered earlier this week.
to go where?
Family reunion.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm making my husband go with me too.
Oh, good for
Oh,
you.
Lord.
Are you going to family?
It's,
I don't even
No.
know what it is.
It's one of the largest real estate
you ready?
conferences that there are.
they do
See you
ten
guys.
twice a
KW.
year.
Do good business.
See ya.
Bye. But they have,
Just in Vegas this year.
breakouts and trainings and
Have you ever been?
last year was my first time, yeah. Super excited.
You know, I think I don't know, probably not.
Yeah.
Like in that, I don't think I'm ever gonna be in that category. Well, here's my deal. I'm really part-time at this.
Mhm.
I do whatever, but I did make a goal this year of 24 and 24. So 24 transactions
Mhm,
in 2024.
mhm,
Because I have a kind of a couple of big things that I need to pay for.
mhm.
And we don't put anything on credit because we did the whole Dave Ramsey thing, so we're not credit people. We have everything in our world paid off, so we can do whatever we want.
Mhm.
But in addition to all the traveling that I do in a year, I have some other couple of big things
Yeah.
big ticket items that I
Sure,
wanna
Yeah,
take care
I
of.
get that.
Like I want an outdoor theater by my pool.
Oh, hello.
Right? And
And I have to build my deck still to my pool and those kinds of things, so. Drag a step onto a day to add it to a plan. So send an email, but do you get to make the email?
On your smart plan,
Mhm.
from what I gained this morning, I think so. I think you get to type out.
It doesn't, like
No?
I'm like editing here in the edit, email type, email details. But like, I don't know what it sends to them.
So if you click on simple instead of designs, oh, it won't let you.
I don't know, I'm not able.
Maybe because it's a neighborhood update.
Right, but I was thinking, why couldn't I send this to my neighbors? My neighbors in my, in my particular East Bolivar area. But like, I'm trying to figure out what it is exactly, so.
Well, I think if it's the neighborhood update, the bi-weekly, I think it's just sending them properties that came on the market.
You have some good ideas
In
for
the area.
content?
Okay.
Yes, I got some good ideas for
So-
today.
So I don't think you
so
can
kinda
edit the
expanded
email
my
for that.
thought about
on it.
what to do
Okay.
with it,
Yeah.
so I've been,
Makes sense.
It feels really daunting.
So
I
I
was,
probably
I
wanna
got
take
completely
somebody
destroyed
off of
or
that.
burned out, I say destroyed.
So have
burned
you
out
done any transactions already?
I have a listing
Oh,
right now. It's
I-
been
So
on
we
the
were
market for
overseas and we
just
were,
over 2 weeks.
Where is it?
It's
we
on
were
South Dawson
shut down
over
for
by
like 14
Mercy.
months
Where were
Uh-huh.
you guys at?
in England.
Oh, wow.
250, something like that?
Wow.
200.
Were you there,
It's a
did you go there
3-bedroom,
with the
1-bath,
intention of
1-car.
staying there for that long?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
we lived there, so
Oh,
for 8
okay.
years.
Those are good. I have a
Wow.
house
What brought you
there
guys
about,
back?
So we're
my son
missionaries.
had one
We're
I bought,
missionaries.
and we rented it
So-
for
And,
Nice.
traveling
so-
nurses.
Yeah, so we were leading the
And
church.
then
Yeah.
it is fully
We
furnished.
led the church.
Yeah.
That was
14
good,
months
and then
online.
somebody has it.
We have in-person
It's once a
services.
month.
for
Yeah,
14 months.
my mom's,
Yeah.
she's a pastor, so
Okay.
she went through the
Yeah,
same
it would make a
of
good
doing everything
investment property
online.
like that, or,
It is
first-time
exhausting.
homeowner.
Yeah, it
It
was,
is
yeah.
very
and
draining.
it-
to
that
be
area is also a
online
straight
so
shot to
much.
MSU. you
Yeah,
know?
so our
Right.
church did a lot, we
So,
we
so
had a
those
leg
are
up
good
'cause when
Facebook
we started, we
postings
were
right
really
there, you
Yeah.
quite
know.
active
Have you had
social
open
on social media,
houses and-
so we just moved.
Yeah, I had
it,
an
and it
open
just-
house last weekend. The weekend
And then
before,
we-
the
we
weather
left the
was really
church and went
bad,
to
so
church with
I did
someone
a
else and
video
came back,
walkthrough ahead
and
of time and then posted it on the weekend.
Mhm.
I'm just
So
gonna-
I'll probably.
I'm just gonna
do
go in a
another
hole right
open
now.
And I never
Saturday.
came out.
And then you never
I did miss it.
Yeah.
So-
So.
Yeah, it's hard. That's,
When is the
that's kind
game?
of how it was for me.
I don't know
I
what
was
time
in
it
that
is.
like hole of like, I don't really wanna
I didn't miss it,
be
you know?
online and do all that.
Between
And
weather and
I
football,
do
though.
enjoy the creativity.
What time
That's
is
what I
the
did before real
Chiefs
estate
play
was
on
marketing
Sunday?
and
Okay.
events and all of that. So I really do enjoy it. But I was just over.
So I was a very early
We're not gonna
adopter on
have, I'm
TikTok.
having
Yeah.
a. from-
Oh, that's well before COVID.
Open
Really?
When it was like
1,
teenage
2,
girls
3.
dancing.
Yeah.
You know,
Have the game.
But I heard about it
Yeah.
and I was like,
But anyway,
this is
yeah.
pretty cool, you know?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
And,
wash.
I kicked myself
Yeah,
for
that's
not
why I
taking
thought I would do it
advantage
on
of it when it
Saturday.
came out.
And I had,
What
I
are you
have
doing
read
on
a lot
Saturday?
Saturday.
An
Yeah.
open
but I
house?
saw your TikTok and everything.
Oh, it's
But,
funny. Oh,
I
Lord.
think
But,
Saturday is busy for
but,
families. It's hard to get them to
yeah,
come.
so I mean,
had really good
I
luck on
do
Sunday
ton- I
afternoons,
look
but
at
not for the
tons of
next 2
TikTok.
weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
But I never
exactly.
really post, I mean, I
So-
never really do anything.
Yeah.
with it,
I
so
didn't think
I
about
I
probably
it.
did.
kick, I kick myself for it, cause I was on TikTok when I came out and I just felt so like,
Comes, I'm like.
I just
tired.
felt so
And
insecure.
somebody's-
posting,
and
so I
somebody's gonna
didn't,
call,
and
I
then
know, I don't
all
watch
of,
it.
I don't
like,
watch
I
a lot
don't
of
hear
people
anything
became
about
famous
it.
because of it,
Yeah,
because it was
sure.
so new, they jumped
Nothing
on it when it was
about
so
it. I care
new, that
nothing
they were
about
able to build a
But,
presence really quickly.
My husband
And now it's really
loves
hard
it.
because
complete-
it's so
So
totally
saturated.
Super Bowl
involved.
Sunday.
Oh, yeah,
invited
I mean,
my
it's
yeah.
everything.
fellow art
in
freak to come
But
to my
literally when I
house.
got on it, I
and-
was
That's
like,
what we
oh,
usually do.
Mhm,
What, you
is
know.
I just
and
turn
people
my
were-
table,
Thought it was,
I put a plastic
joke.
tablecloth
mhm,
on it.
mhm.
we
Yeah,
turn
it
it
was
into
like
like
a
an art
joke, but
space
now
and-
it's, people are making so
While
much
he
money
watches
on
the
it.
game,
And
we get all the
actually getting- yeah,
snacks,
so it's
which is
crazy.
bonus. And then.
Yeah,
we
it's
get to play
daunting,
art,
but-
and he's not.
yeah,
I found that whenever I do content that I enjoy, it's not
So,
yeah.
a
I mean, he'll
Well, I've
yell at
had-
the
I've
TV
got 500
sometimes, but I'm like.
friends.
Yeah.
I do
But
that.
I have a hard time.
I mean,
like,
only if
they
it's
go down
chief
and
stuff.
like, I
And
have a hard
really, it's
time
like in the
keeping
last 2 or 3 years that I'm like,
24
what's,
hours,
like I finally
10
figured out what the
posts from
Chiefs
actual
was.
Yeah.
Everything's just groups
My
and
niece
advertisements
is,
and
she's super,
Yeah.
super
promoting
talented.
themselves. and-
Yeah.
And
But I mean,
she
for
absolutely
the groups and all. that,
makes
yeah,
t-shirts
yeah.
and earrings and stuff
Well, I'm glad you
for
found the class
people.
helpful.
No,
hope
I have
that
found it
you-
very helpful
So
every day.
she's got-
Oh, I'm glad, that's good, I'm
So,
happy to
thank
hear
you.
that, yeah, of
Thank you for your,
course.
I don't, you
Chief
know,
stuff
for your
going
time
now.
and-
Oh,
and doing
yeah,
all
of
this
course,
stuff. So-
I,
No way.
you know, it's crazy.
She
'cause I
has
was telling
two
Nicole
Great
Beam, actually, I was like, it's so
Danes.
crazy, like,
Okay,
standing
so
up there and teaching.
These are
just
cute.
cute.
They're sitting down before.
Yeah,
And when I was a branding agent, I did Ignite, so it's just a different.
and that was 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Well,
a different perspective. Yeah.
I'm,
I mean,
I'm listening.
the
to
dog is
what
giant.
You're saying,
And
These
then,
are cute
you did say the
videos.
open house,
Yeah.
you did Friday,
You
Saturday,
know,
Sunday.
see, so
you know.
she's making
Yeah,
earrings
and they work,
now.
they
Yeah.
work,
For
yeah. If you stay consistent, they do
football.
work.
Oh my
And Taylor
God.
Swift,
I,
Easy way to
like
do.
the-
but she's made t-shirts.
Yeah. Oh, I think you
So-
would
You know,
too. Your
this is
personality shows
her-
me that you'd be
Well,
comfortable
that's what I've
talking
done
to
to
This is her
people.
I've
t-shirt
stood at
that
church
she's
foyer
made
Yeah.
and
for
talk to people that are
Super
uncomfortable
Bowl.
Yes,
in my
exactly.
space.
And
you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
So.
I don't know,
making
she's just always
conversation
got
with- I
something.
mean,
She just
it's
got
making
herself a
Conversation with that door.
laser
Sometimes it's
cutter,
easier.
so
And
here are the
until you
ones
learn to
she's
do these
made.
open-ended questions,
true.
and some
Since
people,
getting mad
it's
out of
amazing,
wood.
how can I ask an
Nice.
open-ended question? and
Yeah,
you
so
answer
I don't know,
this?
I mean,
Yeah,
people are into
Yeah,
that. out
and they
here. I don't
do,
want my
and
earrings to
sometimes they
touch
do.
them.
Yeah.
If I have
Yeah,
it.
it's hard.
Yeah,
I'll be
But
like,
try to
she's
throw,
just
just try to
really
throw
good
some
at
humor out.
Yeah.
throw some-
So here
something
she
out.
is with Zeus.
Yeah, for
And she
sure.
has
Oh my
two.
gosh. It is breaking, it's
I
a
love
little bit of
dogs.
breaking them.
I love
Yeah,
dogs
it
too,
is.
but I don't want a
Whenever I
big
meet
dog in my
people,
house.
I'm
They're
gonna make you laugh, like you're gonna
Oh,
leave this
please.
room and you're gonna
Synchronized
leave
sleeping.
laughing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my goal.
They're giant.
We have two
Golly.
little dogs. We live here in town, but if I didn't live in town, like if I lived out in the country on a couple acres, I would have big dogs.
I would have a bigger dog, but I can't leave them outside because I can't do that.
Yeah.
To an animal. So if I'm gonna own an animal,
Right,
they're going to be able to be in my house.
but you know, having a big dog on 5 acres and having a big dog in a backyard in Springfield where you have to go out and clean up after them, yeah, so I'm good with my little dogs while I'm in town.
I'm like, what do you do with all the drool? And
Right,
they're like, well, we have towels around and I'm like,
We used to have 2 Shih Tzus and they passed and
oh,
no. I'm fixing my house, repairing everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
so she made like,
Okay, for my friends online, I'm gonna disconnect the call. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Make sure you make your conversations today, make those social media posts. And make sure that you are